Chapter 1043, Lin Hu and Lin Xiao. However, when the man returned to his original spot, he saw Xiao Changtian beside his sister. "Who are you? What are you trying to do next to my sister?" Looking at Xiao Changtian, the man was on guard. "Brother, don't misunderstand. If he hadn't saved me just now, I would have died from excessive blood loss. If you don't believe me, look. My wound is almost healed under his bandaging." Seeing her brother like this, the woman immediately explained, "Brother, don't misunderstand. I'm just here to help." "Oh so it's a misunderstanding. I didn't expect you to be such a good person." When he heard that Xiao Changtian wasn't a bad guy, a smile appeared on his face. "Little brother, my name is Lin Hu. I wonder what your name is. I didn't expect your medical skills to be so amazing." When the man spoke, he didn't forget to look at Xiao Changtian. The kid in front of him did not seem to have any cultivation, but he did not expect him to have some medical skills. Moreover, his medical skills seemed to be very high. "Brother Lin Hu, my name is Xiao Changtian. My medical skills are only superficial. It could only treat these small injuries." "Brother Xiao, you're too kind. If it wasn't for you, my sister would have died. Why don't you come back with me?" Lin Hu didn't just want to thank a person who was skilled in medicine, he also wanted to rope him in. "Yeah, brother Xiao Changtian, I'm Lin Xiao. Why don't you come back with us? I don't think you're from the Northland." Lin Xiao didn't know why, but looking at Xiao Changshan's handsome figure, her face felt a little hot. "Since the two of you are so enthusiastic, I'm sorry to reject you." Xiao Changtian had originally wanted to find a place to stay in the Northern Kingdom and ask around about that place. Now, the two of them were inviting him. Judging from their clothes, their family conditions must not be too bad. It would be fine if he followed them. You brother Xiao, come with us." Then, under Lin Hu's lead, Xiao Changtian followed the two of them to the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom did not look as big as the Jade Nether Kingdom, but it looked very prosperous. "Brother Xiao, we're here. My father hasn't been home for the past few days. Otherwise, I would have introduced you to my father." After a while, the two of them brought Xiao Changtian to the entrance of the Lin mansion. "Brother Xiao Changtian, come with me first. You can stay in the courtyard next to me for the next few days." Lin Xiao looked at Xiao Changtian with a smile. In fact, her actions were mixed with selfishness. "Anything is fine with me." Xiao Changtian and Lin Hu had no objections to this matter. Thus, Xiao Changtian settled down in this place. In the next few days, Xiao Changtian asked about the town where the spiritual tree seed was located. However, what surprised Xiao Changtian was that no matter who he asked, they didn't know that there was such a town in the north. That's strange. Why doesn't anyone know where this town is? This was because the map only indicated that it was in the Northland and did not specify where the town was. "Brother Xiaocheng, are you still worried about this?" At this moment, Lin Xiao suddenly appeared in front of him. Brother Xiao Changtian, don't worry. You saved my life. My brother has already sent someone to ask for you. There should be news soon." Xiao, thank you so much." After a few days of contact, Xiao Changtian found that the girl in front of him was very lively and cute. Every time he talked to her, she would make herself very happy. Xiao. Hurry up, Dad is back." At this moment, Lin Hu's voice sounded. "Big brother Xiaocheng, you'll go see Daddy first." After hearing that her father had returned, Lin Xiao's expression turned a little ugly. At this moment, Lin Xiao's father, Lin Hai, walked in with a dignified expression. "Father, you're back. Father, you're back." The two of them looked at Lin Hai respectfully. "Xiao, I have a piece of very good news this time." After Lin Hai finished speaking, he even looked at the young red-robed man behind him. "This is Hong Hui, a high-level physician I invited from the Jade Nether Kingdom. Why don't the two of you hurry up and say hello?" Looking at the disdainful Hong Hui behind their father, although the two of them felt a little disgusted, they still did as he said. Brother Lin, this must be your daughter. I didn't expect your daughter to be so good-looking." Just as the two of them greeted him, Hong Hui looked at Lin Xiao playfully and even wanted to touch her. Dr. Hong, this is my daughter. My daughter is not talented, so please don't despise her." Seeing Hong Hui show such interest in his daughter, he was surprised. Lin Hai immediately smiled and said, why would I despise your daughter? What are you talking about? Oh, right, Dr. Hong, let's not just stand here. Why don't we go in and talk? Then, Lin Hai brought them to Lin Xiao's courtyard. Brother Hong, this is Xiao, heir's room. Why don't you stay in the courtyard next door tonight? Lin Hai had never thought that his own daughter would be able to attract Dr. Hong. This was simply a good thing that fell from the sky. If he could get his daughter to rope Dr. Hong in, no one in the northern country would dare to bully the Lin family. But, father, someone is already living in this courtyard. Lin Xiao looked at Hai Lin and immediately replied, What? Wasn't this courtyard uninhabited in the past? Why is someone living here now? Hearing this, Lin Hai's expression instantly became serious. Father, when we were climbing the back mountain, we almost lost our lives. A doctor saved us, so we let him stay here to thank him. Chapter 1044, Kicked Out, 1. Although Xiao Changshan's brother had some medical skills, he was just a mortal. And this Hong Hui in front of him didn't seem weak. In the end, Xiao Changtan wasn't his match. Just as Lin Xiao was about to rush in, Lin Hai grabbed her hand. Xiao, I'm telling you, you'd better not meddle in other people's business. Can the person you brought back be as strong as Hong Hui? Although the person inside was his daughter's savior, he heard that he was only a mortal. He was just a mortal. When the time came, wouldn't it be fine to just give him some money and send him away? Father, how could you do this? Lin Xiao looked at her father in exasperation. If Xiao Changshan's brother was hurt because of Hong Hui, he would not let him off easily. Xiao, you have to know what that Hong Hui means to us. If we can get close to him, then we can do whatever we want in the entire Northland. Think about this matter carefully. Looking at his daughter's stubborn appearance, Lin Hai snorted coldly and glared at him. At this moment, Xiao Changtian, who was sitting in the courtyard, was attracted by the red color. Yo, I heard that you're a doctor. After Hong Hui came in, he looked at Xiao Changtian in disdain. At first, he thought that he was a powerful person. He did not expect him to be just a mortal. Even if this mortal knew some medical skills, it was like heaven and earth compared to him. Who are you? What does it have to do with you whether I'm a doctor or not? Xiao Changtian frowned as he looked at the flamboyant man in red. This man in red had been looking at Xiao Changtian with such an unhappy expression the moment he came in. Of course, Xiao Changtian was not to be outdone. Who am I? Haha, if I say it, it'll definitely scare you to death. Hong Hui could already imagine the scene of Xiao Changtian kneeling down in fear. In the Jade Nether Kingdom's Hong Hui, a high-level physician. Because doctors were the rarest occupation in the entire continent, all doctors were respected. Furthermore, Hong Hui was a high-level physician. The ranks of physicians could be roughly divided into beginner, intermediate, and advanced. As for high-level doctors, they were not doctors. They were holy doctors. As for the holy doctor, there were only a few of them in the entire continent. One could count them on one finger. And the most powerful fairy doctor had not appeared for nearly 1,000,000 years. Therefore, as a high-level physician, Hong Hui was not only loved and respected by many, but he was also very popular. Over the years, countless people had wanted to invite him to treat their illnesses. It was because of Hong Hui's identity that he dared to be certain. The person in front of him would definitely wet his pants when he heard his name. Hong Hui? What kind of trash are you? Why are you pretending in front of me? Xiao Changtian had been in Yaoming for a long time, and he knew all the influential figures, but he had never heard this person's name. Therefore, the person in front of him must have thought that he was a mortal and ignorant, and wanted to deceive him. It was a pity that he was not so easy to deceive. What did you say? When Hong Hui heard Xiao Changshan's words, his face changed. Ever since he was young, no one had ever dared to speak to him like this. Xiao Changtian was the first. I said that you are trash. Why are you pretending to be an advanced doctor? It's simply ridiculous. After Xiao Changtian finished speaking, he ignored him, because he felt that talking to someone like this was a waste of time. How dare you? How dare you speak to our esteemed guest like this? Lin Hai, who was outside the courtyard, wanted to come in and see what was going on. He did not expect to hear such a sentence after entering. This scared Lin Hai half to death. "And who are you?" Because Lin Hai had ordered Lin Hu to lock Lin Xiao in the house. Therefore, Lin Xiao couldn't help Xiao Changtian now. "Who am I? I am the master of this residence. Overgrown forest. What right do you have to speak to my Lin Manor's guests like this?" Lin Hai looked at Xiao Changtian in exasperation. "I'm telling you, pack up your things in 3 minutes and leave. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude." Xiao Changtian didn't expect that this flamboyant man in red was actually their guest. The man who looked like a fierce man turned out to be Xiaoxiao's father. "All right." Looking at Lin Hai's expression, Xiao Changtian felt helpless. Since the owner of this house had already chased him away, if he did not leave, it would seem that he was too shameless. Hong Hui was overjoyed to see Xiao Changtian being driven away. "Brother Lin, you did the right thing. How can a mortal with no status be worthy of entering the Lin Manor?" Hong Hui looked at Xiao Changshan's despondent back and became happier. The Lin family was actually one of the most powerful forces in the entire Northland. However, due to the suppression of others over the years, the Lin family had gradually fallen. This time, if he hadn't used the family heirloom of the Lin family, he wouldn't have invited Hong Hui over. Therefore, this time, there must not be any mistakes. After Xiao Changtian came out, he walked aimlessly on the street. Because he had not found the location of the small town, Xiao Changtian did not know where to go. "Make way, make way." Right at this moment, a rumbling sound came from behind Xiao Changtian. "Wow, look, that's Mr. Peace carriage. F***CK. A carriage pulled by so many auspicious beasts was too scary." A huge carriage sped away from the distance. The carriage was not pulled by a horse, but an auspicious beast that could fly in the sky and walk on the ground. The person sitting on it was none other than Pai Xiu, whom Xiao Changtian had not seen for a long time. After Pai Xiu arrived, he quickly completed Xiao Changshan's mission. He would take all the sects and whatnot in these places under his command. Moreover, because of this matter, he had earned a lot of gold coins. Therefore, Pai Xiu was now hugging the woman in his arms and chatting with her with a smile. "Damn it. So what if you're rich?" Xiao Changtian didn't have time to dodge this thing. The water in the puddle beside him was poured onto his body. F***CK. How uncultured. I hope your son doesn't have an asshole. Xiao Changtian cursed as he watched the carriage leave. He was really unlucky today. First, he was chased out by the Lin family, and then he was drenched in water by this damn person. Pai Xiu, who was sitting in the carriage and teasing a woman, suddenly felt his body tighten. "Hiss, why do I have a bad feeling?" After Xiao Changtian finished cursing, he walked aimlessly on the street. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1045. Random Mission 1. Why is it so lively up ahead? Let's go take a look. As Xiao Changtian was walking, he suddenly saw a group of people surrounding him. Xiao Changtian struggled to squeeze to the front. "We are looking for a doctor to treat the old king. As long as you have the confidence to sign up, you will be rewarded." Xiao Changtian muttered as he looked at the announcement. "Ding! The system has activated a random mission. Please complete the contents of the announcement." "No, can't you see that I'm already very anxious? Why are you still arranging people for me?" After hearing the system's voice, Xiao Changshan's already frustrated heart became even more frustrated. After completing the mission, you will be rewarded with 5 cultivation points. Good. I will definitely complete this mission. Xiao Changtian immediately agreed after hearing that he would be rewarded with 5 points. "Wait a minute, system. I want to ask, can I cure this old king? The old king only contracted some difficult and miscellaneous diseases. It's not a problem for you at all." "Ha! Then didn't these 5 cultivation points come from nothing?" Since he couldn't find the town now, he might as well finish this first. Immediately, Xiao Changtian followed the instructions of the higher-ups and prepared to register. "Hey, little brother, are you going to sign up?" At this moment, The people beside him seemed to have seen through Xiao Changshan's intentions. Yeah. But, brother, do you really have the confidence to cure the old king? This old country ruler's illness was not something that happened in a day or two. So many doctors had been invited, but none of them had been able to cure him. And now, this mortal in front of him actually wanted to sign up. What a joke. Haha, how would we know if we don't try? After Xiao Changtian finished speaking, he walked to the registration area. Without exception, when these people heard that Xiao Changtian wanted to sign up, their faces changed. The person in front of him was just a mortal, yet he actually wanted to sign up to treat the old king. Excuse me, are you a doctor? The person who signed up couldn't help but ask curiously. Although this guy looked like a mortal, what if he was in disguise? I am not a doctor, but I am absolutely confident that I can cure the old king. Xiao Changtian could understand these people's doubts. After all, it had been a long time since they had invited so many people to treat him, but he had not been cured. That person thought that Xiao Changtian was some hidden big shot. He didn't expect Xiao Changtian to say that he wasn't a doctor. Hey, brother, let me tell you, this old country ruler's illness is not a joke. If you are discovered to be here to fish in troubled waters, then the country ruler will not let you off easily. After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, that person felt that Xiao Changtian was here to cause trouble. Don't worry. I'm absolutely confident in this matter. Seeing Xiao Changshan's determination, the man didn't say anything else. After all, he was the person who was responsible for the registration of the person. Moreover, the country master was the person who was responsible for the registration of the person. He could not leave out the person who had medical skills. After a while, Xiao Changtian finally reported his name. Little brother, someone will bring you to the palace later. After everyone has arrived today, we will go together to treat the old king tomorrow. Xiao Changtian nodded. It seemed like he had somewhere to go tonight. After a while, everyone finally arrived. Thus, these people slowly walked towards the palace. Hey, Dr. Li, I've heard a lot about you. Just as Xiao Changtian was the last to leave, the people in front suddenly started to chat. Dr. Wang, I've heard of your name before. It was obvious that these people were all doctors who dared to treat the old king. I wonder if these people who came this time will be able to cure the old king. Dr. Li, your rank is so high. How can you not be able to cure him? These people were all fawning over each other. Hey, have you heard? This time, the Lin family seems to have invited Hong Hui from the Jade Underworld Kingdom. What is it? The Jade Underworld Kingdom's Hong Hui. That's senior physician. When they heard Hong Hui's name, their expressions changed. Yes, I heard that this time, Hong Hui is absolutely confident that he can cure the old king's illness. Doesn't that mean we don't have a chance? Why did Dr. Li say such depressing words? We didn't come here in vain to learn from Dr. Hong Hui's treatment. Dr. Wang is right. These people were talking among themselves, and no one paid attention to Xiao Changtian who was walking at the back. After a while, these people finally arrived at the palace. All of you can stay here. Each of you will have a room. Tomorrow, someone will naturally call you to gather. After saying that, the doctors found their own rooms to stay in. Xiao Changtian found a room in the corner and stayed there. Sigh, I wonder what's the situation in that town now? How could he not find it? The secret pavilion's intelligence couldn't possibly be wrong. After returning to his room, Xiao Changtian was deep in thought. When it was time for dinner, these people gathered together again. Hey, little brother, this is not a place for servants to sit. Just as Xiao Changtian sat down, the person beside him suddenly spoke. What? I'm not a servant. I came with you. Xiao Changtian looked at the man with disdain. These people were doctors, so why did they have such bad eyesight? What is it? You came with us to see the old king? When that person heard Xiao Changshan's words, he was stunned. Dr. Li, what's wrong? Chapter 1046. It's about to begin one. The next day, Xiao Changtian and the others were woken up at dawn. When we go inside later, it won't be just you guys. After saying that, the person led them inside. Ruler, this batch of doctors is already ready. All right, you can leave first. They saw that the person sitting on the high platform facing them was the king of the northern country. You people don't even know what the situation is like for the old king, right? After sweeping his gaze over these people, the ruler's eyes suddenly stopped on Xiao Changtian. Ruler, we have already understood everything. Please rest assured. However, the northern country's king's eyes only stayed on Xiao Changtian for 3 seconds before he looked away. If I find out that you're fishing in troubled waters, you won't be able to bear the consequences. The northern king's meaning was very obvious. Of course, he noticed Xiao Changtian, who was a mortal. Moreover, seeing that Xiao Changtian was dressed like a doctor, he became even more suspicious of him. Country ruler. Don't worry. We definitely came prepared. That's right, ruler. You must believe us. After these people finished speaking, the northern king who was observing Xiao Changtian didn't see Xiao Changtian speak. Hence, the expression on his face became even more serious. Then you guys can line up first. Although the northern king suspected that Xiao Changtian was here to fish in troubled waters, he didn't react immediately. He wanted to see what this person was up to. Haha, country ruler, I'm sorry. I'm late. At this moment, Lin Hai and Hong Hui walked in. My lord, look, what kind of person did I bring you? Hong Hui, who was beside Hai Lin, smiled and nodded at the king of the northern kingdom. This is physician Hong Hui from the Jade Underworld Kingdom? The northern kingdom king had already gotten the news. He thought it was fake, but he didn't expect that Lin Hai would really invite him over. Yes, ruler. I am the Jade Nether Kingdom's high-ranking physician, Hong Hui. Hong Hui looked at the king of the northern country, his face full of arrogance. Wow, I didn't expect this to be the legendary Hong Hui. Oh my god. She did not expect him to be so young. Hiss, I didn't come so far for nothing after seeing Dr. Hong Hu's craftsmanship today. The people around Xiao Changtian were all very excited when they saw Hong Hui. Naturally, Hong Hui also heard these people's flattery, so his expression became even more arrogant. Dr. Hong, it's our fortune that you're here. My father is relying on you this time. Of course, after seeing Hong Hui, the northern king was also very happy. He had always wanted to hire a high-ranking doctor to treat his father. Unfortunately, there were too few high-level physicians on this continent. Moreover, they were just a small northern country and did not have much strength. So long. Ruler, you're too polite. Don't you know that the people beside you are all doctors? Just as Hong Hui was about to turn around, he saw the group of doctors beside him. Of course, they didn't notice Xiao Changtian, who was standing at the back of the group. Dr. Hong, we are all doctors who came this time. Dr. Hong, we can't compare to you at all. You don't have to take us to heart. That's right. We can see your skills this time, so we have no regrets in our lives. Seeing Hong Hui looking at them, these people immediately said respectfully, you guys don't have to be too envious. Maybe you can practice for hundreds of years and reach my level. Hong Hui looked at them arrogantly and turned around. Bah, stupid idiot, what's so great about it? Xiao Changtian also noticed Hong Hui. He really didn't expect this person to be so pretentious. How can you say that about Dr. Hong? The people beside him heard Xiao Changshan's muttering and immediately warned him. It's fine if you don't have any strength, but you actually have this attitude towards Dr. Hong. I think you'll be thrown out later. The man glared at Xiao Changtian and then ignored him. Such a person actually has brainless fans? Xiao Changtian was speechless. All right, you guys can come in too. At this moment, the northern king stood up and led everyone to the main hall behind him. Country ruler, why don't we let these people go first? Hong Hui looked at the people and smiled as he walked into the hall. He wanted these people to show off his power, so he wanted these people to go first. No, Dr. Hong, we know we can't beat you. You go first. That's right. We're just embarrassing ourselves in front of you. You should go first. Yes, we're definitely wasting your time by standing in front of you. After hearing Red Soul's words, these people began to flatter her again. Then, since all of you are like this, then let Physician Hong Hui go first. However, my ruler won't let you all make a wasted trip. Even the king of the northern country was smiling as he looked at Hong Hui. Then I'll accept your offer. At this moment in the Lin mansion, Lin Xiao looked at Lin Hu anxiously. Brother, my internal injuries are really over. This was all because of Xiao Changshan's herbs that day. Ever since Xiao Changtian was chased away, Lin Xiao had been ordered not to leave the courtyard. Therefore Lin Xiao was very anxious now. Xiao, I know that Xiao Changtian is your savior, but you can't just say things like that. How could Lin Hu not know that his sister had suffered internal injuries for so many years? At that time, even if the senior physicians were to treat the patients, they would still shake their heads. But now Lin Xiao said that Xiao Changtian had cured her internal injuries with a little herbal medicine. Wasn't this pure bullshit? Xiao, I know you are worried about Xiao Changtian. Don't worry, father went to the palace today and I have already sent people to find Xiao Changtian. No, brother, I'm telling the truth. Lin Xiao was a little helpless, but this matter was indeed unimaginable. If it wasn't for the fact that her chest didn't hurt when she was angry today, she really wouldn't have realized that her hidden injury had healed. Hey, Xiao, you can stay in the courtyard for now. If there is any news about Xiao Changtian, I will tell you immediately. Lin Hu said and walked out of the courtyard. His sister must have taken a fancy to Xiao Changtian. However, in the end, Xiao Changtian was just a mortal. Although he had some medical skills, he was still not worthy of his sister. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1047, Hong Hui Failed 1. Meanwhile, in the Northern Kingdom, Dr. Hong, please follow me in. This time, the Northern King was very confident that he could cure the old king's illness. And the reason why he treated the old king was not because the Northern King was very filial like the rumors said. It was because the old king still had a secret that he had not revealed. Hong Hui followed the Northern King's lead and quickly walked to the innermost part. Looking at the old king lying on the bed with black eyes, white lips, and a black glabella, Hong Hui's expression immediately became serious. Hong Hui knew that the old king's condition was very serious, but he didn't expect it to be this serious. Dr. Hong, please begin. Looking at Hong Hui's expression, the Northern King knew that his father's illness would not be cured so easily. After taking a deep breath, Hong Hui slowly began to heal himself. It's starting. All the people outside the curtain went up to him, wanting to take a good look at Hong Hui's medical skills. System, if that Hong Hui manages to cure the old country's attending physician, will my mission be considered complete? Ding. Host overestimates Hong Hui's ability. He can't cure the old king. The system's cold voice sounded without hesitation. Then there's going to be a good show. After a quarter of an hour of treatment, the old king's pale face finally recovered. There's really hope. That was great. That's great. The country ruler at the side also looked at this scene excitedly. Puff! At this moment, the old king spat out a mouthful of blood. He vomited blood. It seems like he's really going to recover. I didn't expect Dr. Hong's medical skills to be so superb. That's right. I've benefited a lot from seeing Dr. Hong treat patients today. The people outside the curtain naturally noticed the situation inside. Because before, no matter who came to save him, the old king did not have any reaction at all. But now, he had vomited blood, which meant that there was really hope this time. However, just as everyone thought that they were about to succeed, Hong Hui broke out in cold sweat. He knew that the blood he had just spat out was not a good sign. Sure enough, in the next 4 hours, the ruler who was lying on the bed and being treated did not get any better. Instead, his face became paler and paler. Looking at this scene, Hong Hu's expression became uglier and uglier. Damn it! In the end, Hong Hui stopped what he was doing with a gloomy face. Because if this continued, the old king's life might be in danger. Dr. Hong, what is going on? The country ruler at the side also realized that something was wrong. The old king's physical condition is much worse than I imagined. He could not be saved in a short period of time. Hong Hui, who had been so confident just now, felt a little embarrassed. Who would have thought that the old king would have such a reaction? Sigh, Dr. Hong, I've really troubled you this time. There was some disappointment on the king's face. Wasn't this Hong Hui an advanced physician? Why couldn't he save the old king? Could it be that this matter was really going to end like this? How is Dr. Hong? That's right. Looking at your appearance, the old country ruler shouldn't be a problem. These people couldn't see what was going on inside because of the curtains. However, facing these people's questions, Hong Hui ignored them expressionlessly. Looking at Hong Hu's appearance, the people present were a little confused. Country ruler, why don't I give it a try? At this moment, Xiao Changshan's stiff voice rang out in the crowd. Looking at Hong Hu's expression, Xiao Changtian knew that what the system said was true. However, this high-level physician was really trash. He couldn't even treat this. Who is this person? F***CK, does this person want to die? This person is simply too reckless. When they heard Xiao Changshan's words, everyone's expression changed. Naturally, the newly arrived lord heard this, including Hong Hui, who had an ugly expression. You again. When Hong Hui saw that it was Xiao Changtian who spoke, his face turned even uglier. Do you know what this place is? How dare you behave atrociously in this place? Looking at Xiao Changtian, Hong Hui was furious. Ruler, why don't you let me try? I'm very confident that I can cure the old ruler. However, Xiao Changtian did not bother with Hong Hui. Instead, he looked at the northern king with a serious face. F***, damn brat, you actually didn't listen to me. Hong Hui didn't expect that this damned person didn't even put him in his eyes. Ruler, don't bother with him. I know this person. This person is a liar. He was chased out of the house by Lin Hai the day before yesterday. Is that so? Originally, the face of the North Country's national leader was not too good, but after hearing Hong Hu's words, his face became even uglier. What do you mean yes or no? At this moment, a voice suddenly came from outside the door. Mr. Pai, why are you here? The person who came was none other than Pai Xiu, who had been standing at the door just now. Because this area should have been completely controlled by Pai Xiu was about to inform the Northland King that he was ready to leave. Unexpectedly, she saw a familiar figure just as she reached the door. Originally, Pai Xiu did not take him to heart. Just as he was about to step in again, Xiao Changshan's voice sounded. This scared Pai Xiu so much that his heart was about to jump out. He didn't know why his master was in this place, and he didn't expect that blind person to actually dare to go against his master. Therefore, he immediately stood up. Can I come over? Pai Xiu glanced at the king of the northern country and snorted coldly as he looked at Hong Hui. What's wrong with this person? How can you be so disrespectful? When Hong Hui saw how the northern king treated him, he knew that the identity of this man in front of him was not simple. Mr. Pai, this person is here to cause trouble. I've been in contact with him from the beginning. He's definitely not a good person. Before the northern king could speak, Hong Hui spoke first. Pa, did I let you speak? Just as Hong Hui finished speaking, Pai Xiu slapped him. Hong Hui did not expect that this person would dare to hit him. Instantly, an incredulous expression appeared on his face. If you dare to say anything else, it won't be as simple as a slap. Looking at Pai Xiu's actions, the king of the northern country swallowed hard. Mr. Pai, this is a high-ranking physician from the Jade Underworld Kingdom. Although he knew how powerful Mr. Pai was, he was still a high-level doctor. No one would dare to offend him. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1048, Awake 1. He, a high-ranking physician? What rubbish is that? Pai Xiu didn't even look at him because compared to his master, everyone else was trash. The Northern King looked at Mr. Pai with a troubled expression. Stop talking about this and that. Hurry up. Pai Xiu said impatiently after glaring at the king of the Northern Kingdom. Mr. Pai, you might not understand, but this matter isn't as simple as you think. That's right. If we let the strange person succeed, then the old king might not be able to do it. Mr. Pai, you have to be careful about this. The surrounding doctors looked at Pai Xiu and advised him. Pa. However, what they didn't expect was that just as they finished speaking, Pai Xiu did not hesitate to give them a few big beatings. You guys are really king full of nonsense. If I say I'm going, then I'm going. I'll tear your mouths apart. They didn't expect Mr. Pai to have such a bad temper. This was a suggestion from the bottom of their hearts. Xiao Changtian looked at Mr. Pai and felt pleased. This Mr. Pai was too exciting. She had to thank him properly later. It seemed that not everyone in the Northland was stupid. Then let's go in first. Xiao Changtian looked at these people with satisfaction and walked in without looking back. Damn it. I want to see what this guy can do. Although Hong Hui was furious, he didn't dare to resist because Mr. Pai was too powerful. Then, Hong Hui followed in unwillingly. Although he didn't dare to resist, he could see how Xiao Changtian would lose face. This Xiao Changtian definitely couldn't wake the old king up. At that time, he would see what Mr. Pai had to say. When the others saw Hong Hui walk in, they followed him in one after another. They had the same thoughts as Hong Hui. Sigh, this is going to be difficult. The Northern King looked at the scene with a worried expression. This time, he had offended them all. That Xiao Changtian looked like a half-baked person. When the time came, Xiao Changtian would definitely slap Mr. Pai in the face. Mr. Pai had offended a senior doctor. Country ruler, you don't have to worry about this. My master will definitely be confident. Pai Xiu glanced at the Northern King and did not say anything else. But father's illness can't be treated so easily. What did you say? However, just as the Northern King was about to say something, he suddenly heard his master. That person was Mr. Peace Master. Did he hear wrongly? The one inside is your master. The Northern Country King asked again with uncertainty. What's there to be surprised about? On this continent, if my master's medical skills can be called second, then no one dares to call themselves first. After Pai Xiu finished speaking, he focused his attention on looking inside. He wondered if his master had recognized him. That was not right. How could someone like master not recognize him? That meant that master definitely had a plan. Yes, that must be the case. In that case, when master came out later, it was better not to tell him. Ruler, I hope that you won't speak of this matter, let alone show it. Then, Pai Xiu instructed the Northern King beside him. Yes. Although he did not know what they were up to, the Northern King did not dare to disobey. If Mr. Pai was so powerful, then wouldn't his master be heaven-defying? How could he treat Mr. Peace Master like this? He deserved to die. The people inside didn't hear their conversation. They were all focused on Xiao Changshan's actions. Originally, they thought that Xiao Changtian would lose his horse. However, they didn't expect Xiao Changshan's technique to make them more and more confused. Puff! Just as everyone was concentrating, the old king suddenly spat out a mouthful of black blood. The black blood was very different from the white blood of the red ghost. How is this possible? How could he force out the poison in the old king's body? Hong Hu's face turned even uglier when he saw this. That was because he had wanted to force the poison out of the old king's body. However, he did not expect that he would actually force out a mouthful of the old king's blood essence. It's moving. Moved. The old king has moved. At this moment, the fingers of the unconscious old king suddenly moved. Phew! After a while, Xiao Changtian finally stopped what he was doing. Cough, cough, cough. Just as Xiao Changtian stopped, the old king suddenly sat up and spat out a few mouthfuls of black blood. What's wrong with me? After vomiting, the old king slowly opened his eyes and looked at the people around him. He actually... Old king, you're done. That's impossible. When the surrounding people saw the old king open his eyes, they were so shocked that a thunderclap rang out in their minds. Xiao Changtian used a technique that they couldn't understand. He had saved the old king who had been unconscious for such a long time. This was simply a fantasy, too unbelievable. Hong Hu's expression turned even uglier when he saw the old king wake up. This person, how could he be so strong? This was impossible. This is impossible. At this moment, no one cared about Hong Hui at all. Everyone's eyes were attracted by Xiao Changtian. Old king, the poison has caused you to faint, but you are fine now. I have already forced the poison out of your body. You just need to rest for a few days and you will be able to recover completely. Looking at the old country ruler, Xiao Changtian smiled. It's you, doctor. Thank you for saving me. When the old country ruler heard that he had been poisoned, his expression changed. He had no idea how he had fainted. It's just a matter of convenience. You don't have to be too polite. Old king, lie down first. We will go out first. After that, Xiao Changtian turned around and walked out. The people standing on the spot could not react at all. Everything felt like a dream. Hey, you people, don't disturb the old king's rest. Xiao Changtian didn't care about these people. If they were placed on him, he would just be completing a mission. These people were not worth his attention at all. Father actually woke up. When the northern king, who was standing outside, saw this scene, he was so shocked that he stood rooted to the ground. I told you, master's medical skills are the best in the world. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1049, Benefactor, 1. Ruler, the old ruler has already woken up and needs to recuperate. I don't think you will have any objections now, right? Xiao Changtian walked out and nodded at Pai Xiu. This time, if it wasn't for Mr. P's help, he might not have been able to help. I told you, master must have recognized me. Seeing Xiao Changtian nod at him, Pai Xiu understood. Master must have some plans, and he couldn't disturb him. Expert, you are the real expert. Forgive me for being blind just now. I really deserve to die. After the Northern Kingdom's king saw the Xiao Changtian come out, he walked forward. After the Northern Country king finished speaking, he even slapped himself twice. Impossible, how can this guy be so powerful? Country ruler, this person must be playing some tricks. Unable to accept the truth, Hong Hui walked out and shouted, Pa! This time, the king of the northern countries slapped him without hesitation. Who do you think you are? He actually dared to shout here. This was a true expert. An advanced physician like you couldn't even be considered trash. The right side of Hong Hu's face was swollen from the slap. The left side of his face that was slapped by the Qilin just now had not recovered yet. Therefore, Hong Hui now looked like a pig head that was causing trouble. You guys, you will definitely regret this. Hong Hui shouted angrily. Even though Hong Hui was shouting and making a scene, the Northern King did not really cause any substantial harm to him. If they really killed him, the power behind the high-ranking physician would definitely not let them off so easily. Meanwhile, Lin Hai, who was waiting outside the door, only learned of the news inside now. Is what you said true? Are you lying to me? However, he only knew that Hun had failed, but he didn't know that Xiao Changtian had succeeded. Brother Lin, listen to my advice. You must be careful when doing things. This time, you're really finished. That person had heard it clearly from inside just now. That big shot had been chased out of the Lin mansion by Lin Hai. He didn't know why this Lin Feng was so blind. Wasn't this just picking up a sesame seed and throwing away a watermelon? Moreover, looking at the country ruler's angry appearance, the Lin family was completely finished this time. The Lin family had already been suppressed by others in the entire northern country. This time, he thought that he could make a comeback, but in the end, it was such an ending again. Oldly, isn't what you're saying too serious? Isn't it just that he couldn't be cured this time? I believe that with Dr. Hong's standards, it definitely won't be a problem. Looking at the person in front of him, Lin Hai frowned. This Oldly was really not a good person. He actually cursed him to be finished. Hey, brother Lin Hai, you'll know later. After that person finished speaking, he turned around and left. But Lin Hai, won't be finished no matter what. However, just as Hai Lin finished speaking, he saw Hong Hui walk out with a pig head. Psst, psst. Dr. Hong, what happened to you? Realizing that something was wrong, Lin Hai immediately ran to Hong Hui. Get lost. It's all because of you. Looking at Hai Lin, Hong Hui's anger grew. If it wasn't for Lin Hai inviting him over, he wouldn't have made such a big fool of himself. If this matter were to spread back to the Jade Nether Kingdom, where would he put his face? Know what's going on? Lin Hai, who was dumbfounded, did not know what exactly happened inside. At this moment, the Northern King was looking at Xiao Changtian with a fawning expression. Ha, Mr. Xiao, why don't you stay here for the night so that I can write a negative for you? Xiao Changtian was a big shot in front of him. He had to do everything he could to curry favor with him. The old king's condition has stabilized, but there might be some accidents. Since that's the case, he'll stay here tonight. Because he had not found any news about the spirit tree seed, he had no other place to go. Master Xiao, we were all blind to talk to that Hong Hui. Yes, Master Xiao, we were bewitched by that Hong Hui just now. Master Xiao, we were all bewitched just now. Don't take it to heart. For Xiao Chang'an, how could he not see this? Xiao Changtian was much stronger than Hong Hui, so he was most likely a saint-level physician. It was extremely rare to see a saint-level physician on the entire continent. And now, they were actually able to meet here. However, they were all blind and didn't recognize Xiao Changshan's ability. Humph! You people, get lost quickly. Don't be an eyesore here. As soon as these people finished speaking, Pai Xiu rolled his eyes impatiently. These people were really fence-sitters. Why was that arrogant aura from before gone? Get lost. The Northern King also agreed. Expert, don't pay attention to these people. Son. At this moment, the old king who had just laid down shouted at the Northern King. Father, how are you? Do you feel better? Much better. I feel like I can walk now. Quickly call my benefactor in. I want to thank him properly. The old king's expression was much better than before. Old king, I've already said that there's no need to thank me too much. Saving you is just a piece of cake for me. No, benefactor. In the end, you saved my life. Don't worry. If you have any instructions, you will definitely let my son do it. The old king lay on the bed with an excited expression. Oh right, son, I feel that my poison this time is very likely to have been planted in Cloud Sky Town. Just as the old country ruler was talking about Cloud Sky Town, Xiao Changtian suddenly raised his head. Old king, did you just say Cloud Sky Town? Wasn't Cloud Heaven Town the town that Xiao Changtian had been looking for these few days? Yes, but why did I hear that your Northland doesn't have such a small town after asking around for so many days? Xiao Changtian felt strange. Could it be that there was a secret behind this? Benefactor, to tell you the truth, it's very normal that you can't find out from ordinary people. Because only people like us know about this place, and it's not made public. The old king slowly said, That's right, master. Only our special teleportation formation can enter that small town. Ordinary people don't know about it at all. The Northern King also agreed. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1050, How Could This Be 1? Within the demon race. After the devil seal was restored, he prepared to leave. This time, when I go back, I will definitely bring back an expert. At that time, Xiao Changtan will just wait for death. After saying that, Mo Jin disappeared. Actually, there were rules in their space. He couldn't enter and leave that space casually. As for a small invisible existence like the magic seal, no one paid attention to him at all. Therefore, this also provided him with very favorable conditions to come here. Then welcome senior brother here. Emo Yen and Emotion watched Emo Jin leave. Since Xiao Changshan's devil's seal couldn't do anything to him, then there was no need to mention them. He could only pray that Xiao Changtian wouldn't cause trouble in the next month. At that moment, Xiao Changtian was staring at the old country ruler. Benefactor, could it be that you want to look for something inside? The old king seemed to know what Xiao Changshan's intentions were towards Cloud Sky Town. That's right. The spirit tree seed is in Cloud Sky Town. I'm here to find the spirit tree seed. Xiao Changtian didn't hide his purpose, because he knew that these people would definitely not snatch the spirit tree seed from him. Ah. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, the old king sighed heavily. Old king, don't tell me that there is something that is difficult for you to say about that place? Xiao Changtian was a little confused. Cloud Sky Town was actually hidden so deep. What was inside? Benefactor, it's not that I don't believe in your strength, but I still advise you to give up. The old country ruler sighed heavily. You old man, this is simply too exaggerated. Qilin looked at the old king with disdain. Was there anything more powerful than master in this world? Benefactor, you must believe it. You have to know that there's a very terrifying thing inside. If it wasn't sealed inside, I'm afraid the entire Northland would have been razed to the ground. The old country ruler looked at Xiao Changtian and said earnestly, System, is this old king really that powerful? Xiao Changtian was a little confused, so he couldn't help but ask. The old man is just hallucinating. Don't take his words to heart. The host can easily deal with the thing inside. The system's voice seemed to have given Xiao Changtian a dose of tranquilizer. Xiao Changtian, who was originally a little scared, calmed down completely. Old king, don't worry. No matter how powerful that thing is, it's not my match. Because the system had said so, Xiao Changtian was very confident. Sigh, master, my father is also thinking about your life. The northern king felt helpless. Since Benefactor insists on doing this, then let's go. Since Xiao Changtian was so confident, it meant that Ken was prepared. It was useless for him to stop her. Alright, then, why don't you come with me to rest first? You've been tired for so long. They had spent most of the day looking at the old king. It was time to go back and rest. However, just as the northern king brought Xiao Changtian to the door, Lin Hai walked over fearlessly. Ruler, what is the situation with the old ruler inside? Why was Dr. Hong beaten up like that? Obviously, Lin Hai didn't know what was going on. Humph. You still have the cheek to ask. Seeing Lin Hai, the king of the northern country rolled his eyes. If it wasn't for the Hong Hui that he found this time, he wouldn't have offended an expert. Sigh, ruler, I really don't know what's going on. However, just as Lin Hai turned his head, he saw Xiao Changtian behind the northern king. So, what are you doing here? Wasn't it enough that I chased you out of our Lin Manor back then? He even came to the palace to embarrass himself. The moment he saw Xiao Changtian, Lin Hai's eyes were filled with disdain. Pa! Lin Hai had just finished speaking when the northern king slapped him. In an instant, 5 or 6 of Lin Hai's teeth were knocked out. What do you mean? Covering his swollen face, Lin Hai was dumbfounded. What was wrong with the country ruler? Why did he treat her like this? He didn't know anything at all. What do I mean? Look at yourself. How dare you speak to our distinguished guest like this? The lousy doctor you invited is simply trash, and the one you chased away is a hidden expert. After he finished speaking, the northern king glared at him fiercely. What is it? Country ruler, are you mistaken? He's just a mortal that my daughter picked up from the forest outside who knows some medical skills. Pa! However, just as Lin Hai finished speaking, the northern king's slap came again. Shut up and come over and raid the Lin family. At the same time, banish all their family members to the border and never come back. He didn't dare to offend Hong Hui easily, but he still had a lot of authority in the Lin family. Country ruler, Country ruler, this is impossible, this is impossible. However, Lin Hai still wanted to struggle, but he was dragged away by the guards. Sai, ruler, since he made the mistake alone, then let him bear the responsibility alone. There's no need to implicate others, right? When Xiao Changtian heard this, he thought of Lin Xiao from the Lin mansion. After interacting with Lin Xiao, Xiao Changtian knew that the girl was a good person. Expert, you're still the broad-minded one. Men, pass down the message. Other than Lin Hai, the others don't have to be sent to the border. However, the Lin family still wants to take a copy. Xiao Changtian did not have any objections to the Northern King's decision. Senior, you should have a good rest tonight. Tomorrow, father will take you to that place. Yeah, have a good rest. Pai Xiu also said. Oh, right, I have to thank Mr. Pai for this. Xiao Changtian bowed to Pai Xiu. Hiss. When he saw his master bow to him, a bolt of lightning instantly rang out in Pai Xiu's mind. What did the master's bow mean? Why was his master bowing to him? Something was not right. This was simply a huge piece of news. No, he definitely could not stay here any longer. Haha, nothing. He'll be leaving first. Pai Xiu was frightened by Xiao Changtian and didn't dare to say anything more. He smiled and ran away. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1051, Cloud Sky Town 1. At this moment in the Lin Manor, seeing Hong Hui and Lin Hai walk in with swollen faces, the people of Lin Manor were so shocked that their jaws almost dropped. Dad, what's wrong with you? Lin Hu walked out in surprise. Why was it that after a trip to the palace, not only was his father beaten up like this, even the senior physician Hong Hui was beaten to such a state? What was going on? The king has ordered. Lin Manor was confiscated, and Lin Hai was banished to the border and never returned. Just as Lin Hu was in shock, the father-in-law beside the Northern King suddenly appeared at the door. Damn it, how unlucky. Hong Hui glared at Lin Hai and went into the house to pack up. What was going on? Why did it become like this? Lin Hu looked at the eunuch in disbelief. Lin Hu, if you want to know why, you have to ask your good father. Looking at Lin Hu and the others, the eunuch did not have the slightest sympathy. These people had brought this upon themselves. Father, is it because of Xiao Changtian? At this moment, Lin Hu suddenly thought of something, and his eyes widened in disbelief. How did you know? As expected, little sister didn't lie to me. What little sister said was true. Tut. Recalling what his sister had said, Lin Hu couldn't help but slap himself. Why didn't he believe what his sister said? His sister was telling the truth. Now, their family had fallen to such a state. He also had an unshirkable responsibility. On the other side, Xiao Changtian was not thinking about anything else. Xiao Changtian had a good sleep after moving into his room. On the second day, Xiao Changtian was led by the Northern King to the teleportation formation. Expert, you must be extremely careful this time. We have no control over the situation inside. Before they left, the head of the North Country urged earnestly. Don't worry. Xiao Changtian waved his hand and disappeared from the teleportation array. Sigh, benefactor, you're actually so stubborn. Seeing Xiao Changtian disappear, the old country ruler who was standing at the side also felt a little sad. Because he had been there before and knew that it was extremely dangerous. To put it bluntly, his benefactor was a very, very powerful doctor. However, he was only good at medicine. He observed his cultivation, but he did not find any fluctuations. That meant that his benefactor's strength was not good enough. Father, it seems that we can only erect a monument for the expert in advance this time. Yes, my benefactor saved me. Although there's a 99% chance that my benefactor won't be able to come out this time, we have to complete this last bit of work. Sigh, that's right. Father, if we can't even handle this last little thing for an expert, won't we be a joke if word gets out? Xiao Changtian, who was inside the formation, was teleported to Cloud Sky Town. Hiss, this town doesn't look small. Looking at the small town that was as big as a city, Xiao Changtian sighed. However, he immediately entered. However, Xiao Changtian was walking in the small town. Looking at the people coming and going around him, he felt that something was wrong. Why are these people acting as if they were prearranged? It looks strange. Finally, Xiao Changtian said what was wrong. Forget it, forget it. I must be too nervous. The system had already said that this was nothing to me. Xiao Changtian found a tea house and sat down. Sect Master, are you really sure that the person who came in this time can help us? Not far away, there was a woman and 2 men. These 3 people were here to follow Xiao Changtian. Let's try. What if we succeed this time? The woman in the lead smiled. After that, the woman flew towards the tea house where Xiao Changtian was sitting. Bang! Suddenly, a woman stood in front of Changtian, who was drinking tea. Seeing the woman looking at him, Xiao Changtian cautiously moved to the side. When the woman saw him, she also moved away. Xiao Changtian looked at the woman, took a deep breath and narrowed his eyes. Then he stood up and sat at another table. No way, no way. In broad daylight, you wouldn't have met a female hooligan, right? Thinking of the way that woman looked at him, Xiao Changtian felt a chill down his spine. Although he had to admit that he was very handsome and countless girls would be tempted when they saw his face. However, this was the first time he had met such a bold female hooligan. The woman in front of him was extremely beautiful and had a perfect figure. Calling her a female hooligan was a little inappropriate. However, Xiao Changtian also didn't know what that woman wanted to do. Bang! However, just as Xiao Changtian sat down at the table, the woman came to him. No, big sister, what's the matter? You're quite scary like this. In the end, Xiao Changtian couldn't help but look at the woman. Don't be afraid. I'm here to ask you for help. No, there are so many people here. Why are you only looking for me and not the others? However, just as Xiao Changtian finished his sentence, a long sword fell on his neck. How dare you? How dare you speak to our sect master like that? The man glared at Xiao Changtian. Suyu, don't be so impulsive. After the man put down the knife, the woman smiled apologetically at Xiao Changtian. Xiao Changtian could tell that these people weren't good people. I'm looking for you this time because of something very important. The woman looked at Xiao Changtian sincerely. I want you to be my husband. Puff. When the woman said this, Xiao Changtian spat out the tea in his mouth. Cough, cough, cough. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you clearly just now. What did you say just now? Xiao Changtian felt that he must have been hallucinating. You. The 2 men saw Xiao Changtian spit on the woman's face. In an instant, a wave of anger rose. Don't cause trouble. After glaring at them fiercely, the woman wiped her face. I said, I want you to be my husband. The woman repeated what she had just said. Ha, beauty, your joke is not funny at all. After Xiao Changtian finished speaking, he turned around and wanted to leave. These people were really ridiculous. He actually made such a strange request. Although she was very good-looking and sounded like a sect master. However, she was still not worthy of him. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1052, Agreed, 1. Why didn't you agree? The woman glared at Xiao Changtian. As long as you're willing, you can ask for anything you want. Moreover, this time, I'm only letting you be my husband in name. There's no need for us to make any substantial progress. The old man that this woman found last time was very useless. He had just brought the old man back when he was poisoned to death. Now, another one had finally arrived. No matter what, he had to seize the opportunity. However, just as Xiao Changtian was about to refuse, suddenly he saw the spirit tree seed hanging on the woman's waist. Hiss, why is the spirit tree seed on her? Xiao Changtian frowned as he stared at the spiritual tree seed on her waist. He didn't expect the spirit tree seed to be with this woman. Now, he had no choice but to agree. I can promise you that. However, after this is done, can you give me the spirit tree seed on your waist? Deal. As long as this matter can be successfully completed, This spirit tree seed will belong to you. The daughter did not expect that this mortal would actually want this spirit tree seed. However, this spirit tree seed was not very important to him. Even if it was given to this person, there was no harm. Since you've agreed, they'll tell you about our specific situation. The woman looked at Xiao Changtian and began to speak. This town isn't a real town. It's an environment created by that old monster. We were dragged into this by chance. From then on, we couldn't get out even if we wanted to. Fortunately, for some reason, I became the sect master of the stone sect. That old monster is in the stone sect. I want to break the illusion here and escape, but the old monster can always notice the movements inside. Hearing this, Xiao Changtian nodded thoughtfully. So, you want me to be your shield? You're right. I discovered a pattern. As long as I stay with outsiders, this old monster won't be able to monitor my movements. This way, I can set up an array formation to destroy this illusion. So, after you go back, you have to think of a way to let the old monster know that the two of us are really together. After listening to the woman's explanation, Xiao Changtian nodded. All right, Xiao Changtian. What's your name? My name is Yun Do. Then let's hurry up and set off. After all, if he quickly helped this woman complete her mission, he would be able to obtain the spirit tree seed earlier. Yun Do chose Xiao Changtian because he saw Xiao Changshan's mortal cultivation. When the time came, he would be more obedient. Yun Do brought Xiao Changtian and soon arrived at Stone Sect. The sect master is back. The sect master is back. Look, why did the sect master bring back a man? That's right. Hurry up and tell the ancestor. When Xiao Changtian saw these people, he immediately held Yun Do's hand. You lecher, what do you want to do? Yun Do's body trembled, but he didn't shake off Xiao Changshan's hand. Although she was not used to it, she still endured it when she saw so many people in the distance. As for Yun Do, no man had ever held her hand since she was young. Please, since you want to pretend, then you have to pretend a little more. If we don't even hold hands, how can others believe that we're a couple? Xiao Changtian was speechless. Humph. Yun Do awkwardly looked at Xiao Changtian holding her hand and walking over. Sect Master Yun, Sect Master Yun. Who is this man? That's right. We've been in the stone sect for so many years, but we've never seen you touch any man. The eyes of everyone present were filled with curiosity, even though they were all puppets made by that old monster. However, perhaps because their levels were too high, these people also had a little bit of their own consciousness. Cough cough, everyone, don't be suspicious. That's right, Daodu's husband. Xiao Changtian said without hesitation. What is it? The sect master's husband? That's impossible. That's right, what's this kid pretending for? How much did this kid drink? He's actually so drunk. Isn't he just a mortal? That's right. He's just a mortal. Is he worthy of sect master Yun marrying him? After hearing Xiao Changshan's words, all the people present revealed mocking expressions. Let's not bother about him. When our ancestor comes later, he will definitely chase him away. At this moment, someone said, That's right, sect master Yun. When the ancestor comes later, you have to protect this pretty boy of yours well. Just as that person finished speaking, a black figure appeared in front of everyone. The ancestor is here. The ancestor is here. Bang! What exactly happened? Why are they all making a ruckus here? The old ancestor looked at the people present with a gloomy face. Ancestor, look, the man beside sect leader Yun is the husband that sect leader Yun brought back. The lackey at the side immediately ran to the ancestor's side and explained. Bang! After hearing this, the old ancestor's walking stick hit the ground hard. There's actually such a thing. Yun Do, tell this seat what exactly is going on. The old ancestor looked at Yun Do and Xiao Changtian with a gloomy face. However, when he saw Xiao Changtian, his face was full of disdain. She had thought that Yun Do would bring back some powerful people to cover for her. He did not expect to bring back a mortal this time. Ancestor, this is my husband, Xiao Don. At this moment, Yun Do was also sizing up the old ancestor. When he saw the old ancestor looking at Xiao Changtian with disdain, he finally heaved a sigh of relief. Then how are you going to prove that he is your husband? The old ancestor looked at Xiao Changtian and didn't want to make things too difficult for him. This was because a mortal like him was not worth his time at all. When Yun Do heard this, she was very nervous, because she really had no way to answer this question. However, if the ancestor became suspicious because of this, then it would all be over. Isn't it easy to prove that I'm her husband? Xiao Changtian laughed after hearing this. Xiao Changtian seemed to have sensed Yun Do's nervousness. You guys don't know, right? On the left side of Daodu's, but there's a big monkey. When Xiao Changtian finished his words, everyone fell silent. Even Yun Do was shocked speechless. She really didn't expect Xiao Changtian to say that. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1053, Ridiculous 1. How about it, everyone? Any other opinions? Xiao Changtian looked at the crowd and smiled. He knew that Xiao Changtian would definitely ask such a question and give such an answer. No one present could refute him. Did they want Yun Do to take off his pants for them to see? Alright. In that case, you can make your own arrangements. The old ancestor looked at Xiao Changtian with disdain and left. Damn it. This kid was simply too arrogant. That's right. I told you I didn't like this kid. Although Xiao Changtian had managed to avoid the old ancestor's trouble. However, the people present hated him. Although Yun Do wanted to say something, she eventually shut her mouth. Although Xiao Changshan's words were very vulgar, it still shut up these people's mouths. Then, Yun Do brought Xiao Changtian to his courtyard. In order to stop those people's rumors, you can stay in the courtyard next to mine for the next few days. What's the big deal? For Xiao Changtian, it didn't matter where he lived now. In any case, his ultimate goal was to obtain the spirit tree seed of the kidney bean. However, you don't have to worry. There's a secret room below my room. We need to go through the secret room to the back mountain to set up the formation. Xiao Changtian nodded his head indifferently. In the next few days, Xiao Changtian began to live in the yard. The news had spread throughout the stone sect. The sect leader Yun they admired had actually found a pretty boy. This was something that many people in the stone sect could not accept. Therefore, these people would come to find trouble with Xiao Changtian. Sai, if we just stay here and study the formation, will Xiao Changtian be bullied to the point that he can't take it anymore? Yun Do, who was setting up the array in the depths of the back mountain, had already expected that the people of Stone Sect would definitely make things difficult for Xiao Changtian. Sect Master, you don't have to worry too much. To put it bluntly, he's just a mortal. Even if he can't take it anymore and runs away, it won't be a loss for us. Yeah, the next time you find someone, just change the reason. He's just a mortal. Sect Master, the most important thing for us now is the array formation in front of us. If this array formation is completed, we can definitely save that person. The two men beside her saw Yun Do's expression and tried to persuade her. Yeah, he's just a mortal. That's all he has to us. The reason why they didn't escape in the illusion wasn't because they didn't know that there was a teleportation array outside. It was because the teleportation array could only be used by specific people. Even if the three of them tried their best, they could not activate that teleportation array. Therefore, in order to not be oppressed here, these people could only try to break through this mystic realm. And this array formation that broke the mystic realm was not something that could be completed in a day or two. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was sitting in the courtyard. He didn't pay attention to those people who came to cause trouble. Instead, he enjoyed it happily. Even if that person was cursing outside the courtyard, Xiao Changtian could only block his hearing indifferently. Those who were delivering food to Xiao Changtian even spat on his food. Xiao Changtian didn't pay much attention to all of this. On this day, Xiao Changtian was basking in the sun in his courtyard. Suddenly, a huge crow flew across the sky. The crow kept circling above Xiao Changshan's courtyard. Yo, I've been able to get a bird out of my mouth these past few days. I didn't expect you to give me a bird so soon. These 2 days, because Chang Tian knew that those people had tampered with his food. Therefore, Xiao Chang Tian didn't even touch the food that they sent over. He had only gathered some dry rations in his space. How could dry food be as delicious as fresh food? At this moment, the crowd standing in the distance saw the crows in Xiao Changshan's courtyard and laughed heartily. Ha! Look, even Senior Black Crow can't stand it anymore. That's right. Even Senior Black Crow can't stand it anymore and wants to punish that Xiao Chang Tian. This huge black crow was no ordinary demonic beast. Instead, it was their stone sect's divine beast that had protected the sect for 1,000,000 years. The black crow had protected the stone sect for so many years. Even the most powerful expert could be easily taken down by him. And now, Xiao Chang Tian was no match for him. Now that Senior Black Crow had made a move, let's see how Yundo could help Xiao Chang Tian. Previously, they didn't dare to bully Xiao Chang Tian too openly. And now, this was called justice from the heavens. Xiao Chang'an was prepared to die. At this moment, Xiao Chang Tian had managed to dig out a simple bow and arrow from the space with great difficulty. Sigh, I'll use this thing to make do for now. Although this bow and arrow was a little crude, it should not be a problem to shoot down this crow. The crows in the courtyard seemed to have seen through Xiao Changshan's plan. However, it did not panic. Instead, he looked at Xiao Chang Tian with a mocking expression. A small mortal holding an incomplete bow and arrow. Could it be that he wants to shoot me down? It's really ridiculous. However, before the black crow could finish his sentence, Xiao Changshan's arrow pierced through its body. In an instant, the black crow fell in a straight line towards the courtyard. This black crow did not understand what was going on even until he died. Sigh, why does the sky look so big when it flies in the sky? There's not much meat when it comes down. Picking up the dead crow on the ground, Xiao Chang Tian felt a little regretful. This little bit of meat was not even enough to fill the gaps between his teeth. Forget it. This is better than nothing. The people outside did not notice what was going on. Senior Black Crow disappeared in an instant. It seems that Xiao Chang Tian has been dealt with. That's right. Looks like our sect master doesn't have to marry that kid anymore. Everyone who didn't know the truth was beaming with joy. The 3 people in the back mountain did not know about this. Black Crow was actually killed. Who did this? The moment the Black Crow died, the old ancestor sitting in the room opened his eyes. Although the entire Cloud Heaven town was under his control, he could not see the outsider clearly. It can't be that he was killed by that mortal? That's impossible. This was impossible. Forget it, I'll go and take a look first. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1054, Bad Luck, 1. After a while, the old ancestor slowly walked over with a walking stick. Ancestor! When everyone saw the old ancestor, they all greeted him respectfully. What are you all gathered here for? Glancing at these people, the old ancestor slowly asked. After all, these people already had their own will, so they were no longer puppets. Ancestor, we just watched a good show. Yes, ancestor, you don't know, but just now, Senior Black Crow rushed in. Ancestor, at this moment, the pretty boy that the sect master brought back has probably been swallowed by Senior Black Crow. These people rushed to narrate what had happened to their ancestor. The Black Crow rushed into the human's courtyard? No wonder he couldn't sense the Black Crow's aura. It turned out that the Black Crow was not dead. Although I don't know if the sect master will be sad, that pretty boy isn't worthy of the sect master at all. He might as well die. That's right. I think so too. The old ancestor looked at Xiao Changshan's courtyard and snorted. This time, he actually made a wasted trip. How unlucky. I still have one more thing to announce. From today onwards, I will be in seclusion for a period of time. During this period of time, no one is allowed to disturb me. You guys pass this on to Yundo. After the old ancestor finished speaking, he slowly walked back. At this moment, in the back mountain, the 3 of them focused on fiddling with the array in front of them. It shouldn't be long before it's done. Yun Do wiped the sweat off his forehead. He wondered how that mortal was doing in the courtyard. Hee, sect master, you don't know that we've found the right person this time. Although that mortal doesn't have the strength, his mental state is very strong. There are many people outside who target him, but he doesn't care. The man's words stunned Yun Do. Unexpectedly, that pretty boy seemed to be of some use. In that case, let's go back tomorrow. Because of Xiao Changshan's cover, they had been here for so long. If he didn't go back now, the other people in the sect might become suspicious. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was enjoying the roasted crow in his hand. Yes, it's delicious. It seems that I can't just stay in this courtyard in the future. Xiao Changtian vaguely remembered that when he came here, there was still a mountain behind the stone sect. When he had nothing to do, he could go inside and get some wild game. The next day, before dawn, Xiao Changtian got up and went to the back of the mountain. Xiao Changtian woke up very early every day because he had been too relaxed these past few days. As for the other three, they sneaked back through the secret passage before daybreak. However, just as they returned, they felt that something was wrong. Sect Master, have you been preparing the dowry these 2 days? Yun Do had just stepped out of the door when she heard the questions of the other people in the sect. Yun Do nodded expressionlessly. However, after Yun Do nodded, the people around him looked at him with a faint smile. What do these people mean? Seeing these people looking at him with such gazes, Yun Do was a little puzzled. Aya, sect master, this matter is for you. Sai, forget it. You better go to your xiaobai. No, I should take a look in my husband's room. These people were very happy about Xiao Changshan's death. Yun Do was dumbfounded. Therefore, Yun Do did not hesitate and quickly walked towards Xiao Changshan's courtyard. Gotcha! Xiao Changshan's courtyard wasn't locked. What's wrong with these people? Why is it so strange? Yun Do did not know what these people were trying to say. However, the moment she walked in, her eyes widened in shock. There was a pile of bones scattered on the ground, and there were a few black feathers beside them. Not far away, there was a pool of dried blood. Don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me. Thinking of what those people had said just now, Yun Do felt a sudden clap of thunder in her mind. Sect Master, my condolences? Ah, that's right. Sect Master, don't be too sad. My condolences. The two people who followed them looked at the situation in front of them and instantly understood what was going on. How could they not know the strength of the Black Crow, and that Xiao Changtian was just a mortal? It could be seen from the few black crow feathers on the ground. At that time, Xiao Changtian really wanted to escape from the black crows. However, the pile of bones showed that Xiao Changtian had failed. Sigh, I didn't expect that no one could escape this ending. In the end, Yun Do sighed heavily. He didn't know why, but he hadn't been in contact with Xiao Changtian for long. However, Yun Do was still very sad when he saw Xiao Changtian die. However, Sect Master, don't be too sad. Anyway, we only have one last step in our formation. That's right. When we can get out, we won't let this brother's life go to waste. When I came here just now, I heard that the ancestor has been in seclusion for the past 2 days. When Yun Do heard the word seclusion, her eyes lit up with hope once again. On the other side, Xiao Changtian was strolling in the mountains. He had been wandering around for a long time, but he had not found anything delicious. If it wasn't a skinny wild rabbit, it would be a dumb donkey that didn't look very smart. He did not know how these things became like this on the back mountain. Sigh, I don't think that woman will go back in the next 2 days. I'd better stay here for 2 more days. There was nothing to eat when they went back. At that moment, within the demon race, the demons were much more peaceful. If they could last another month, their demon lord would wake up. I wonder how senior brother is doing. It had been several days since they had left the Devil Seal. Mo Yen and Mo Shen were very anxious. Because before he left, Mo Jin told them that he would bring help back in less than a week. It had already been more than half a week, but there was still no movement from their senior brother. Mo Yen, don't worry too much. There are still a few days left anyway. On the other side, Mo Jin had just sneaked back into that space. Phew, luckily I was careful. Otherwise, I would have been caught. This was because no one knew that he had sneaked back this time. I have to hurry and find Big Brother for help. Soon, the magic seal arrived in front of a very luxurious stockade. Please help me inform them that little Jean is here to see Big Brother. Jean didn't dare to be too impudent towards this Big Brother of his. That was because this Big Brother's strength was not ordinary. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1055. It's useless to keep you guys. 1. In the house, a man with exquisite clothes was lying on a recliner. Master, there is a person called Xiao Jinjin outside who is looking for you. A small restriction? Let him in. Not long after, Jean walked in. Little Jean, it's been a long time since we last met, but you're still the same. The man looked at the magic seal with an unknown expression. Big Brother, how can I compare to you? I'm just an ordinary nobody. Alright, stop flattering me. Why are you looking for me this time? The man smiled and looked at the magic seal. Big Brother, to be honest, this time, I really have no choice but to come and find you. You don't know, but my family in the lower realm had an accident. I wanted to help, but I was almost beaten to death by Xiao Changtian in the lower realm. When the man heard this, he frowned. Xiao Jin, what's wrong with you? How could a person from the lower realm kill you? Are you really not joking with me? The man only felt that he was joking about the fact that people from the lower realm could defeat people from the upper realm. Big Brother, I can't explain this matter clearly, but please help me. Jean knew that no one would believe this. But it really happened. Alright, since you've come. Then I'll help you no matter what. Little Mina, follow little Jean and help. Because the magic seal had saved this man before, this man would also help him this time. Moreover, he was going to the lower realm, a place full of trash. Thank you, Big Brother. Thank you, Big Brother. Jean happily looked at little Mina. He knew that this little Mina's real name was Baga. Although he was not the most powerful expert by Big Brother's side. However, his strength was still above average compared to his big brother. With this Lil 8, not to mention Xiao Changtian, even destroying the entire lower realm would not be a problem. At that time, in the back mountain of the Stone Sect in Yunxiao town, Xiao Changtian had been here for a long time, but he had only caught a few wild beasts. The things here are all very smart. They haven't even seen me and have already run off without a trace. No, I need to set a trap. On the other side, Yun Do was upset about Xiao Changshan's death for a long time before she returned to normal. We have to seize the opportunity while the ancestor is in seclusion. Otherwise, all our previous efforts will be in vain. On the second day, the few of them arrived at the array formation at the back of the mountain through the secret passage. Everyone work hard. There's only one last formation core left. This time, the formation core they had taken in wasn't anything special. It was just a small stone beside the array. In any case, no one would come to the back of the mountain. They were not afraid of the array being destroyed. A sect master, let's celebrate here first. After staying here for so long, we can finally get out. Looking at their excited expressions, Yun Do smiled and shook his head. However, at this moment, Yun Do thought of Xiao Changtian whom he had dragged over. Sigh, if only you weren't dead. Then, the three of them did not hesitate and quickly set up the array. What they did not know was that the moment they set up the array, the old ancestor who was in seclusion in the cave deep in the back mountains suddenly opened his eyes. Jia, Yun Do, I wonder if you are smart or stupid. Did you really think that I wouldn't be able to sense your little tricks just because I was in seclusion? Then, the ancestor who was sitting cross-legged instantly stood up. Since you're so disobedient, there's no use keeping you. After saying that, the old ancestor walked out of the cave with a gloomy face. At this moment, the three people beside the array were waiting. Although this array could break the illusion here, it could only be activated at noon. Thus, the three of them hid in the grass far away. Because they were too eye-catching. If they were attacked by the terrifying demon beasts in the back mountain, The gains would not make up for the losses. When I go back, I must go and have some fun. Yeah, I haven't been out for so long. I'll definitely have a good meal when I get back. Hiding in the bushes, the three of them excitedly discussed what would happen next. He did not feel that something terrifying was about to happen. Just as the few of them were talking about how they were having a good time. Suddenly, they saw a figure slowly walking towards them. Shoo! The two of you, stop talking and look. Yun-do, who was the first to notice, frowned as she looked at the figure. One had to know that the back mountain was very dangerous. The demon beasts inside could even raise their stone sect to the ground. Therefore, no one dared to come up to the back of the mountain. This was also the reason why they had chosen to set up the array here. Because they were protected by magic tools this time, they could hide their auras. That was why they dared to set up an array formation in the back mountain. And now, a person was slowly walking over from afar. Moreover, his pace was very leisurely. Hiss, how could this be? Who was that person? Why did you appear here? The two people beside him were also in disbelief. Of course, they knew how terrifying the back mountain was. They had almost lost their lives there once. The person in the distance was actually walking leisurely. They didn't see clearly that it was Xiao Changtian who they thought was dead. Xiao Changtian was in a bad mood. Even though he had set up so many traps, after half a day, he still hadn't caught a single wild beast. Sigh, how boring. Looks like I can only eat some dry food tonight. Xiao Changtian felt that it was too boring, so he walked leisurely on the road. As Xiao Changtian walked, he didn't pay too much attention to the pile of rocks beside him. However, out of boredom, he kicked the pile of rocks over. Sigh, since it's so boring in the back mountain, then he would just go back and wait for her tomorrow. It had already been a few days. The array formation that they had set up should have been set up, right? All right. Yun-do said that they were setting up an array formation at the back of the mountain. Why didn't I see them even after I almost walked around the entire back of the mountain? He did not know where they had set up the array formation. At this moment, the three people in the distance widened their eyes in surprise. It wasn't because they realized that the person with his back to them was Xiao Changtian. It was because Xiao Changtian had destroyed their formation core with a kick. If the array core was destroyed, it meant that the entire array had to be rebuilt. Don't stop me, I'm going to kill that person. The array formation that they had painstakingly built these few days collapsed just like that. No one could stand it. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1056, Terrifying 1. Calm down. Calm down. Seeing that the man was about to rush up, Yun-do immediately stopped him and said, Sect Master, why are you still stopping me in this situation? That kid was simply courting death. The array formation that he had worked so hard on was easily destroyed just like that. They even wanted to die now. The two of you don't act so rashly. Since he can freely shuttle through the back mountain, it's very likely that his strength is extraordinary. So it's very likely that he did it on purpose. At this moment, Yun-do was very calm. Such a person had appeared in this desolate mountain range where such terrifying demon beasts roamed. And this person just happened to destroy their array formation. Yun-do wouldn't believe that there wasn't a conspiracy. Could it be that he was sent by our ancestor? Could it be that the ancestor has discovered us? The man at the side seemed to understand what Yun-do wanted to say, and a hint of panic appeared on his face. I can't rule out this possibility. Looking at the figure in the distance with his back facing them, Yun-do felt that it was somewhat familiar. Damn it, are we going to be trapped here forever? The man was a little dejected after calming down. They had waited so long for this day. In the end, the old ancestor already knew about their plan. Jia, of course you won't be trapped here forever. At this moment, the voice of the old ancestor sounded from behind them. Of course, I won't let you be trapped here for the rest of your lives. Today I will send you to hell. The old ancestor looked at the three of them with a sinister smile. Since the three of them were so disobedient, he could only deal with them. You damned old thief. Inhumane. You will definitely die a horrible death. One had to know that Cloud Heaven Town was not actually an illusion before. It was a real town, and it was such a town that was mercilessly massacred by the ancestor. In order to absorb these people, this ancestor had specially created such an illusion. The three people who came to investigate this matter knew the truth before they were sucked into this illusion. However, they had originally wanted to escape, but they were still dragged in. At this moment, Xiao Changtian was fiddling with the trap in his hand. Aya, what's with this bamboo stick? I have to be careful. Don't hurt innocent people later. After hearing the man's words, the old ancestor laughed even louder. Jie, I want die a good death? Ha, how laughable. I'm afraid that no one in the entire continent is my match. Because even Yun Do could not see the strength of this ancestor in front of him. If he wanted to deal with the ancestor, he would probably need the strength of a Saint Emperor. They were only at the level of Saint Kings. Therefore, they didn't have any chance to resist. You old thief, just you wait. If you kill us, we won't let you off even if we become ghosts. The man also knew that the old ancestor really did not want them to stay anymore. Haha, since you want to die so badly, I'll start with you. In an instant, the old ancestor arrived in front of him. Puff! Without hesitation, the old ancestor snapped his neck. This was too terrifying. The man next to her was so frightened that he took a few steps back and looked at her in horror. Sister, please. Please, don't kill me. Seeing the old ancestor getting closer and closer to him, the man finally couldn't help but kneel down with a thud. Ancestor Fei. Actually, I was forced to do so. I didn't want to leave this place at all. Oh right, it was her. It was all because of her. Yun Do, if she didn't force me, I definitely wouldn't have helped her like this. Ancestor, please spare me. When that person trembled as he looked at the old ancestor, the ground was also wet, accompanied by a foul smell. I didn't expect you to be such a person. When the man said his name, Yun Do did not expect it. At this critical moment, this man actually threw out the kidney beans for his own life. Yun Do had completely seen through it. Jia, looks like you have your own difficulties. After listening to him silently, the old ancestor laughed sinisterly. Yes, ancestor, it's all that Yun Do's fault. If you wanted to kill her, you should have killed her first. That man was so scared that he couldn't care less about anything else. Yun Do, what do you think we should do now? Looking at the struggles of these people before they died, the old ancestor felt that it was especially interesting. Therefore, he was not in a hurry to let the two of them die so quickly. If you want to make a move, hurry up. Don't dawdle there. Yun Do looked at the situation in front of him and knew that he would not be able to escape this time. Then I'll start with you. Whoosh! However, at this moment, a huge bamboo stick appeared from afar, trying to sneak attack. However, just as the ancestor took out his saint-grade walking stick to block it, the bamboo stick had actually pierced through his walking stick. In an instant, the bamboo stick stabbed fiercely into the old ancestor's glabella. Bang! This scene caused a thunderbolt to instantly ring in the mind of the old lady in front of her. What did he just see? The old ancestor was nailed to death by a stick just like that. This was simply too terrifying. She knew very well what kind of strength the old ancestor had. And now, he was nailed to death by a bamboo stick that flew out of nowhere. This was simply like a dream. The pinned ancestor instantly turned into a puddle of black water. Aya, damn me, why are there still people here? At this moment, Xiao Changshan's voice sounded from behind Yun Do. Bang! This voice once again caused Yun Do's mind to be struck by lightning. What she heard just now seemed to be, it sounded like Xiao Changshan's voice. What was going on? Hey Yun Do, so it's you. I was wondering who it was. When Xiao Changtian ran over and saw the person standing there, he wanted to ask if he was frightened. So it was a kidney bean. Are you really Xiao Changtian? Yun Do looked at the person in front of her and muttered in disbelief. No, you've gone crazy from the array formation, right? Can't you even recognize who I am? Xiao Changtian looked at Yun Do helplessly. However, the bamboo stick just now didn't scare you, right? It was all my fault for not controlling my strength well. When he heard about the bamboo stick, Yun Do felt that it was difficult for him to breathe. Was the bamboo stick thrown by Xiao Changtian? This is impossible, I must be dreaming. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1057, Sending Off Her Benefactor, 1. Aya, brother, why are you kneeling here? Xiao Changtian turned around and saw the man kneeling beside him. Then she looked again and saw the man whose neck had been snapped. F***CK, what did you guys experience just now? Could it be his bamboo stick? Father, you are my father. Please, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Before Xiao Changtian could react, the man kneeling on the ground cried and said to Xiao Changtian, Pa. However, before the man could touch Xiao Changtian, Yun Do's slap landed on his face. In an instant, the man's entire head was sent flying. Ba! You traitor! This scene made Xiao Changshan's body tense up. Oh my god, I didn't expect this woman to look so weak, but she was actually so fierce. Fortunately, he did not do anything to disobey her in the beginning. Otherwise, Xiao Changtian could already imagine what would have happened to him. However, he quickly reacted. Looking at Yun Do's angry appearance, he wondered what kind of evil things these two people had done. Otherwise, Yun Do would not be so angry. Sigh, Yun Do, let's leave this matter at that. It's just trash. Looking at Yun Do's angry expression, Xiao Changtian knew. The person beside him was actually such a person. No one felt good about it. Senior, you already know. Yun Do was a little surprised. Because she was not concerned about these two men. If these two men died, so be it. What she was really concerned about was that Xiao Changtian had already known about her ancestor's scheme. No wonder he refused to cooperate with her in the beginning. It turned out that he was too strong. Even if we work together, we can easily kill our ancestor. And he had always thought that he was immortal. Thinking of her previous thoughts, Yun Do felt a burning pain on her face. Yun Do, why are you calling me senior all of a sudden? Besides, couldn't this matter be guessed with just a guess? If these two people didn't do anything outrageous, Yun Do wouldn't have killed them. As expected, Senior, don't be so humble. I've seen your bamboo stick. Yun Do took a deep breath. It turned out that the matters of the past few days were all under Senior's control. Aya, that bamboo stick, it was a mistake, a mistake. Xiao Changtian felt helpless. It turned out that she had discovered her superb hunting skills. He didn't dare to say anything else, but in terms of catching beasts, Xiao Changtian could be called a senior. Suddenly, the kidney beans rang like black crows. Senior, may I know what that black crow feather in your courtyard is? You mean that thing? I wanted to eat some meat those 2 days, so I shot it down. Hearing Xiao Changshan's words, Yun Do was so shocked that he couldn't speak. That level of black crow was easily defeated, and he had thought it was ridiculous at that time. It was the black crow that ate Senior. Thinking of his previous thoughts, Yun Do wanted to slap himself hard. Then, Senior, don't you blame me? Finally, Yun Do asked Xiao Changtian carefully. Thinking of his attitude towards Senior, Yun Do felt a wave of lingering fear. Why should I blame you? Xiao Changtian was speechless. How did this kidney bean know that he was a hunting expert? Yun Do nodded helplessly. That's right, in front of Senior, he was just an ant. If it wasn't for this matter, Senior definitely wouldn't even look at him. Not to mention blaming himself. Boom! Bang! However, at this moment, a thunderous sound suddenly sounded in the distant sky. When Xiao Changtian raised his head and looked at the sky, he was stunned by this scene. A huge hole suddenly appeared in the sky. What the hell is going on? Why did the sky collapse? Yun Do was pleasantly surprised. That's great. That's great. With the death of the old ancestor, even these illusions began to collapse. That meant that she would be able to get out soon. No, this Yun Do must have been stimulated by something. It's great that the sky has collapsed. No, I have to hurry and teleport there. Just as Xiao Changtian was about to run, he suddenly thought of the spirit tree seed. Yun Do, don't be too nice. Hurry up and run. Then, Xiao Changtian grabbed Yun Do's hand and ran towards the teleportation formation. At that moment, within the demon race, the demon band secretly brought Baga back to the demon race. Senior brother, you're finally back. Mo Yen and Emotion looked at Mo Jin in surprise. Hurry up, devil flame demon god, this is the helper I invited, Baka. The magic seal was very confident this time. With Baga's help, this continent would become the demon race's world in a few days. Baka! Baka! Mo Yen and Emotion looked at their new helper with excitement. Not only was this helper so burly, but even his name was so domineering. If Xiao Changtian knew about this, he would definitely wet his pants. Demonic flame devil god, stop wasting time. Go and call the rest of the demons over to welcome brother Baga. This time, Baga was the hope of their demon race. After a while, all the demon race people gathered in the square outside the hall. Everyone, the savior of our demon race this time, Baga. He was here. With Mr. Baga, I believe we will be able to conquer this continent in a few days. Mo Yan's words instantly made the blood of the demon race people present boil. Baka! 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 Everyone shouted Baka's name to welcome him. That Xiao Changtian had oppressed their fiend race for so long. This time, they were finally going to stand up. At this moment, the Northland was immersed in sorrow. Benefactor hasn't come out for so many days. It seems that there's no hope. Father, don't be too sad. Chapter 1058, 500,001. At this moment, the demons, the place where the demon master was in seclusion. The demon master, who was about to succeed in his seclusion, suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood. Who is it? Who is it that took my avatar? Kill my avatar! The exasperated demon master roared loudly in the cave. After all, killing that substitute was a huge blow to him this time. Originally, he would have been able to completely recover in about 10 days. However, this attack had made all his efforts over the past few days go to waste. In other words, if he wanted to recover, he would have to go into seclusion for another 3 months. If this lord knows who killed this lord's clone, this lord will definitely tear him into pieces. The demon master spat out blood and spat out this sentence with his last breath. Outside the Northland teleportation formation, the old king finally finished burning the paper money in his hand. Looking at the smoke that filled the sky, the old king trembled as he stood up straight. Pa! However, just as the old king stood up, he sat down fiercely on the ground. Father, what's wrong with you? This action startled the Northern King who was standing beside him. Could it be that his father's illness had relapsed again? Senior. Father, what's wrong with you? Wasn't Senior already gone? Why are you so excited? The Northern King did not look in the direction the old king was looking at. He only looked at the old king with a worried expression. Therefore, he didn't know what the old king was talking about. Senior has come back to life, Senior has come back to life. The old king looked in that direction excitedly. No, father, the crown must be ill. How could Senior come out from inside? However, just as he finished speaking, he turned around and saw Xiao Chongtian on the other side of the grave. Oh my God, a ghost! The moment the king of the northern country saw Xiao Chongtian, he did not care about anything else and ran away. Why did you leave me here? The old king who was squatting on the ground watched as the northern king disappeared. At this moment, Xiao Changtun was looking at the mound in front of him strangely, as well as the old king who had fallen to the ground in the distance. What the hell are they doing? Yun Do was also speechless. Hey, old king, why are you lying on the ground? In the end, Xiao Changtian walked over from the other side of the grave. It's over. I've decided not to let Senior see his tombstone. The old king was furious when he thought of Xiao Changtian seeing his tombstone. Thereupon, the old country ruler crawled up from the ground. Hey, benefactor, I didn't expect you to come back so soon. The old king quickly ran to Xiao Changtian and blocked the tombstone behind him. There was an accident, so I came back early. In any case, in the end, he brought back the kidney beans with the spirit tree seeds. Ah, benefactor, this operation must have been very difficult. Why don't we hurry back and rest? The old king didn't pay much attention to Yun Do beside him. He just kept an eye on Xiao Changtian and didn't want him to find that gravestone. However, just as the old king smiled and turned his gaze to the woman behind Xiao Changtian, his eyes widened once again. Plop! In an instant, the old king was so frightened that he sat on the ground. Ancestor! The moment he saw Yun Do, the image of the founding female country ruler in the national register instantly appeared in the old country ruler's mind. Old king, what happened to you? Why is it so strange? Looking at the old country ruler lying on the ground, Xiao Changtian wanted to help him up. However, just as he bent over, he saw a huge stone tablet behind the old king. On the stone tablet, it was written, "The tomb of Xiao Changtian, the benefactor of the Northlands." The tomb of the benefactor of the Northlands, the heaven sunken? Xiao Changtian read the words aloud. At this moment, he couldn't be bothered to help the old king. He only looked at the stone tablet in front of him with a strange expression. Old king, don't tell me you didn't do it? No wonder Xiao Changtian felt that this old king was acting weird. So it was for him. Benefactor, please listen to my explanation first. The old king squatted on the ground, hugging his legs as he looked at Xiao Changtian. Who would have thought that Xiao Changtian would actually come out unscathed? That cloud heaven town is extremely terrifying. I didn't expect Senior to be so powerful. Other than me, no one has ever come out of that cloud sky town. Even I almost died inside. However, I didn't expect you to be so powerful. Not only are your medical skills superb, but your strength is also so strong. The old king explained to Xiao Changtian with a trembling body. He no longer prayed for Xiao Changtian to forgive him. He only prayed that Xiao Changtian would not harm the Northland. After Xiao Changtian heard the northern king's explanation, he was deep in thought. No wonder he got himself this. So there was such a reason. Xiao Changtian also knew that he wasn't strong. He just happened to run into some faults in there. Benefactor, I really didn't do it on purpose this time. I don't beg you to forgive me. I beg you to punish me alone. The old country ruler looked at Xiao Changtian, who didn't speak, and his heart felt even more guilty. Cough, I can forgive you, but I have a request. The old king had never thought that Xiao Changtian would forgive him. Benefactor, please say it. Just make your request. I will fulfill it even if I die. This time, even if Xiao Changtian wanted the moon in the sky, the old king would find a way to pluck it for him. Well, you don't have to die. Xiao Changtian looked at the old king and smiled. I want 500,000 gold coins. Looking at the old country ruler Xiao Changtian in front of him, how could he not extort him? After all, anyone would feel unlucky to have their tombstone erected here. Therefore, it wasn't too much to ask him to compensate her for her mental damage. Benefactor, what did you just say? The old king looked at Xiao Changtian in disbelief. What did his benefactor say just now? Could he have heard wrongly? 500,000 gold coins? His benefactor was not joking, right? That was because the old king was already prepared for his benefactor to open his mouth wide. Don't tell me you want too much? Xiao Changtian looked at the northern king's reaction with some doubt. Logically speaking, the Northland was still considered strong. 500,000 yuan should not be a problem for them. Could it be that they couldn't even fork out 500,000 yuan? If you really can't take it out, then I won't force you. No, senior, no, I can take it out, I can take it out. The old king seemed to be afraid that Xiao Changtian would go back on his word. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1059. Senior actually wanted this. 1. Senior, why don't you come back with me first? Although Xiao Changtian was stabilized, what shocked the old king the most was Yun Do behind Xiao Changtian. Why would this ancestor of their founding appear here? This was completely illogical. Old ancestor, are you going back with us? Looking at Yun Do, the old king smiled fawningly. Who is your ancestor? Are you kidding me? Yun Do looked speechlessly at the old king. This old ancestor was so unpleasant to hear. Furthermore, he was the old thief from the illusion. However, why was he addressed as such now? Ancestor, you might not know this, but you're standing in the north. Hiss, I already said, don't call me ancestor. Yun Do rolled her eyes at him. He was not even as old as this old man in front of him, but this old man kept calling him ancestor. Senior, you don't know that you're standing in the Northland. So what if it's a northern country? I don't care about your northern and southern countries. Wait a minute? What did you just say? Was this the Northland? Was it not called Nanmin Country before changing its name to Northland? Hearing that the old ancestor had finally remembered, the old king nodded his head excitedly. Ancestor. No, senior, you are the founder of our Northland. How could I have mistaken you? Xiao Changtian was dumbfounded. What kind of situation was this? Why was this Yun Do the founder of the Northern Kingdom? Could it be that this kidney bean was already so big? Could it be that the old thief inside not only created an illusion, but he can also control time inside? He thought about how he had inexplicably wasted hundreds of years. Yun Do's anger erupted like a volcano. Ancestor? No, senior, don't be agitated, don't be agitated. Why don't you follow me and senior Xiao back first? That's right, Yun Do, let's go back first. Xiao Changtian comforted Yun Do. This Yun Do had yet to give him the spirit tree seed. Although such an accident had happened this time, it didn't even want him. On second thought, Yun Do realized that the old thief was already dead. Don't bother about it too much. Then, they returned to the Northland Palace. Where's the country ruler? Quickly call the country leader out. When he returned, the old king did not see the northern king's figure, so he roared angrily. Father! Father! You're fine. The northern king walked out of the house and saw the old king standing in front of him. Hence, she ran over happily. Father, Xiao Changshan's resurrection didn't do anything to you, right? Pa! What are you saying? What zombie? The old king had not expected his son to be so blind. He didn't expect Xiao Changtian to be right behind him. For, senior, I was just joking just now, joking, ha. The northern king's head was slapped to the side by the old king. Then he saw Xiao Changtian standing behind the old monarch. What's wrong with you now? After the Northland king finished speaking, he screamed again. What do you mean by you, she? That's senior. Hurry up and salute. The old country ruler snapped. She did not know how she had given birth to such a filial son. Not only did he abandon him and run away, but he also almost offended 2 big shots. For senior. At this moment, the king of the northern country could no longer express his shock. He had probably never encountered anything more shocking than today in his life. After settling down, Changtian thought about how to get the seed of the spirit tree. So, on the second night of the second day, Xiao Changtian knocked on the door of the kidney bean. Yun Do, have you rested? Seeing that the lights in Yun Do's room were still on, Xiao Changtian wanted to take action. After all, it was easiest for people to make decisions at night that they wouldn't make during the day. At that time, if he said a little, he might be able to obtain the spirit tree seed. I haven't rested yet. Hearing Xiao Changshan's voice, Yun Do, who was sitting by the bed, was slightly stunned. Why was Xiao Changtian knocking on his door at this time? Could it be? Thinking of this, Yun Do's face immediately turned red. How annoying! Yun Do smiled shyly and stomped her feet before opening the door. It's already so late, yet you're still awake. Senior, weren't you also awake? Yun Do had already guessed what Xiao Changtian wanted to do, so she was very nervous. Since you're not asleep yet, is it inconvenient for me to go in? It's convenient. Hurry up. Yun Do quickly opened up a path. After entering the house, Xiao Changtian looked around to see if there was anyone around. This action further strengthened Yun Do's thoughts. Yun Do, there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. Xiao Changtian looked at Yun Do and smiled. Senior, you don't have to say anything. I understand. Although Yun Do had never personally experienced such a thing before, she had never experienced it before. However, he still had a lot of theoretical knowledge. Understand? Could it be that Yun Do had not forgotten about the spirit tree seed? Then he could rest assured. He was originally worried that he would have to sharpen his mouth for a while. He did not expect it to be over so quickly. Yun Do, are you sure it's all voluntary? However, Xiao Changtian thought about it. Yun Do agreed so quickly. Perhaps there were some additional conditions. Senior, what are you saying? Since I said it, it must prove that I was willing. He was so generous to let Senior in. Could it be that he could not show his loyalty? Or did Senior like to take the initiative? Senior is really annoying. That's good. Hearing that there were no additional conditions, Xiao Changtian finally relaxed. Then Senior, please lie on the bed first. Seeing Xiao Changshan's reaction, Yun Do understood. Seniors like to take the initiative. Xiao Changtian, on the other hand, lay on the bed in confusion. Was it just a spirit tree seed? Did he have to lie on the bed? However, when he thought of the spirit tree seed, Xiao Changtian didn't care so much. Senior, if you are ready, please close your eyes. Although Yun Do took the initiative, she had never experienced it before. He was still very shy, so he could only let Xiao Changtian close his eyes first. There's actually no need to go through so much trouble. Xiao Changtian didn't understand. Wasn't it just a spirit tree seed? Why did she sleep with her eyes closed? Could it be that she was up to something? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1060. Let him lower his guard. 1. Isn't it just a spirit tree seed? Just take it out. Xiao Changtian opened his eyes and smiled at Yun Do. What? Senior, are you talking about the spirit tree seed? Hearing this, Yun Do was stunned on the spot like a bolt from the blue. What's wrong? Didn't you say it in the beginning? After realizing that he had the wrong idea just now, Yun Do's face instantly burned with pain. How is that possible? Senior, this is of course him right. In order to save his last bit of face, Yun Do could only smile awkwardly. I hid it so that it's not convenient for you to see. That's why I told you to close your eyes. After saying that, Yun Do quickly took out the spirit tree seed and handed it to Xiao Changtian. Senior, since there's nothing else, you can leave first. Yun Do wanted to give herself a tight slap when she thought of her own foolish thoughts. Senior was such a noble person, how could he have such dirty thoughts about him? He was like a big idiot just now. Xiao Changtian didn't keep the spirit tree's seed for long after he got it. He returned to his room with a smile. This time, not only did he get the spirit tree seeds, he also got 500,000 yuan. What a great harvest! At this moment, the demons, Baga and Emojin, were discussing how to deal with Xiao Changtian. As the saying goes, the most dangerous place is the safest. Since you say that Xiao Changtian is so powerful, then the method of attacking by force is definitely not possible. Baga? Then what do you think we should do now? Everyone looked at Baga in confusion. Of course, we'll use a roundabout way to save the country. Oh, Baga, what do you mean? What kind of curve to save the country? Why hadn't they heard of it before? You stupid donkeys, what I mean is, since we can't force it, we should hide beside Xiao Changtian and give him a hard blow after he lets down his guard. Baga had already thought of a countermeasure. At that time, he would stay by Xiao Changshan's side for a few days, not only to observe Xiao Changshan's strength, but also to make Xiao Changtian lower his guard. After all, this devil seal said that Xiao Changtian was so powerful. What if he was someone he couldn't afford to offend? Haha, Baka. You're still the smartest. That's right, Baka. You're still the best. The surrounding Mo were regretful. Why didn't they think of this method in the beginning? Then, Baka, I wonder if you want to take action personally this time? Mo Jean was a little curious. If they were to send their demon race people, no one would be able to do it. Wouldn't it be useless to let you people go? You guys are so weak, Xiao Changtan must have found you before you even went. So, I have to go personally. Baga's spirit instantly moved all the demons present. Baka! You are our savior. Baka! You will always be the role model in our hearts. After the discussion, Baga found out where Xiao Changtian was and set off. After Baga left, news suddenly came from the demon master's secluded cultivation. Look, there's news from the demon lord. Senior brother. Mo Yen excitedly passed the message jade slip to Mo Jean. Counting the time, there should be a few more days until 3 months. Could it be that the demon master was going to come out of seclusion? They had endured for so long, and they were finally going to make a name for themselves. Senior brother, how is it? Is the demon lord going to come out of seclusion? Should we have a celebration or something? Mo Yen smiled and moved his face closer. Pa! Screw you! Mo Jean angrily slapped Mo Yan's face. He didn't even look at the contents of the jade slip. He was just going to babble here. The contents of the jade slip were nothing else. It was the news that the demon lord would continue his closed-door cultivation for 3 months. How did it become like this? When Mo Yen and the others learned of this news, their expressions darkened. However, you guys don't need to worry. With Baga's help, even if the demon master goes into seclusion for another 3 years, it won't be a problem. In the end, Mo Jean consoled. On the other side, Xiao Changtian saw that his mission had been completed, so he was ready to go back. Benefactor, why don't you stay outside for a while longer? Could it be that we didn't do well enough? Seeing Xiao Changtian about to leave, the old country ruler immediately said with tears in his eyes, Old King, your illness has been cured and I have obtained what I wanted. There is no need for me to stay here. You can all go back. Looking at these people, Xiao Changtian felt helpless. Why did these people act as if they were going to die? Yun Do, who was at the back of these people, was also very reluctant to part with them. However, when she thought about what happened last night, Yun Do's face turned red. However, Yun Do understood that he and Xiao Changtian were not on the same side. The gap between them was too big. Xiao Changtian slowly left the Northland under the watchful eyes of these people. On the other side, after Baga knew that Xiao Changtian had gone to the northern country, he rode his horse to the northern country. In the middle of the night, Baga stopped halfway. He had already thought of a plan. At that time, Xiao Changtian would definitely be killed by him. At this moment, a strong gust of wind suddenly blew over their heads. What was that thing that flew over my head just now? How could it be so fast? Baga couldn't believe that something had just flown over his head. That was because a person with his strength could see everything clearly no matter how fast it flew. Baga couldn't even see what the thing that had just flown past was. I must have felt wrong. The thing that had flown over just now was nothing else. Instead, it was a snail carrying Xiao Changtian. However, this snail would only move so fast when Xiao Changtian was asleep. Suddenly, the snail stopped. It was not because it had seen something terrifying. Because it felt that Xiao Changshan's money bag was thrown out because of its speed. Damn it, if he wakes up, he'll definitely kill me. The snail said fearfully. The snail didn't hesitate and turned around to look for Xiao Changshan's money bag. Baka, who had told himself that there was nothing, suddenly felt that thing fly over his head again. There really is something. What exactly was it? They're all so fast. This time, even if Baka wanted to deceive him, he could not. Too terrifying, too terrifying. I have to leave this place as soon as possible. After Baga finished speaking, he did not care about resting anymore and immediately ran towards the Northland. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. However, after arriving in the Northern Kingdom, he found out that Xiao Changtian had already left. We've only been walking for a day. It's fine. We definitely haven't gone far. Thus, Baga sped off in the direction where Xiao Changtian had left. On the other hand, Xiao Changtian returned to Star's town on the second day. It feels so good to be back. Now, he had already obtained 6 spirit tree seeds. There were still 4 left. He should be able to gather them soon. When Xiao Changtian arrived at the Glorious Star restaurant, his figure paused. Before he left, didn't the great elder of the prophecy pavilion say that he would help him chase these people away? Why were there still so many people in the Glorious Star restaurant? From the looks of it, even if he squeezed with all his might, he probably wouldn't be able to squeeze in. What should we do? Xiao Changtian felt helpless. Make way, make way. Hurry up and make way for us. At this moment, a stern voice sounded from behind Xiao Changtian. Dr. Red is going in. You guys, get out of the way. As soon as he finished speaking, the originally crowded Glorious Star restaurant instantly made way for him. Dr. Hong. That's senior physician. That's right. I didn't expect him to actually come. Hiss, then if he comes, does that mean we have no hope of seeing senior? These people all looked at Hong Hui with envy. After all, a high-ranked physician held a lot of weight in the entire continent. Even though the Red Hunters had made such a big fool of themselves in the Northland, it was a good thing that he had used some connections to suppress this matter. Therefore, the current Hong Hui was still the high and mighty Hong Hui from before. Yo, I didn't expect this guy to come too. Tiske, it really makes me speechless. When he saw Hong Hui, Xiao Changtian rolled his eyes. Such a fellow was actually so respected by these people. If these people knew about his medical skills, would they be scared to death? Forget it, let's not bother about him. Let's go back to the small courtyard first. There were so many people here, Xiao Changtian was too lazy to squeeze in. After Hong Hui entered the Glorious Star Tower, he waited for a long time but Xiao Changtian was nowhere to be seen. Dr. Hong, you might not know this, but Senior actually has another residence. That was because that residence was in the forbidden area of the wilderness. Moreover, Senior had ordered them not to enter. Therefore, no one dared to enter. No one's going? Haha, isn't that perfect? Hong Hui smiled after listening. But, Dr. Hong, that Senior doesn't like people going to that place. When the people beside him saw that he had such thoughts, they immediately dissuaded him. Haha. I'm a high-grade physician and there aren't many of them in the entire continent. Would Senior refuse to see me? Hong Hui was very confident in this matter. You don't have to worry about this matter. Since Senior has seen me, you guys have benefited from it. This matter has been decided. After Hong Hui finished speaking, he stood up and walked towards Xiao Changshan's courtyard. On the other side, Baga galloped his horse and finally arrived at Xingshan town. Oh my, I'm so tired. However, I didn't expect Xiao Changtian to live in such a small town. Fortunately, Baga had already understood everything in advance. At that moment, Xiao Changtian finally returned to the courtyard. Home is still more comfortable. After Xiao Changtian finished cleaning up, he lay down on the recliner in the courtyard happily. I wonder how those animals are doing. I haven't seen them for such a long time and I miss them. At this moment, Hong Hui brought a few people to Xiao Changshan's courtyard. Dr. Hong, it's just ahead. Senior's courtyard is just ahead. The door is still open. It seems like they are welcoming me. Hong Hui looked at Xiao Changshan's courtyard confidently. Alright, you guys wait here first. I'll go in and take a look first. I reckon that there will be many people going in, and Senior will be annoyed. After instructing everyone, Hong Hui confidently walked in with his head held high. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Hong Hui didn't believe Xiao Changtian at all. Haha, I ate shit. You said it yourself. Xiao Changtian didn't want to show any mercy to Hong Hui. In the Northland, this guy had been looking for trouble like this, and he hadn't done anything to him. She didn't expect him to come and cause trouble even though he was already back. How could Xiao Changtian tolerate this? Hong Hui looked at Xiao Changtian proudly. He wanted to see how long this son of AB*TCH was going to pretend. Senior. At this moment, the voice of the great elder of the prophecy pavilion sounded from outside the door. After he knew that Xiao Changtian had returned, he had asked Xiao Changtian to discuss the matter of the devil race. After all, they had heard that an even more powerful expert from the demon race had come from that space. Moreover, the demons had already begun to take action. The great elder of the pavilion of heavenly secrets? Why are you here? Hong Hui didn't expect that the great elder of the pavilion of heavenly secrets would know Senior. However, First Elder, you still have to wait a little longer. Senior is not at home now. What did you say? Looking at Xiao Changtian and Hong Hui, Yushi was confused. Elder De must have gone out, leaving only his servant at home. Hong Hui pointed at Xiao Changtian and smiled. Pa! As soon as Hong Hui finished speaking, the great elder of the prophecy pavilion immediately reacted. Hong Hui actually said that Senior was just a servant. This really deserved to die. Hong Hui's face, which had just been completely swollen, swelled up again. No, First Elder, why did you hit me? Covering his injured face, Hong Hui felt wronged. Hit you? You're lucky that I didn't kill you. Take a good look for yourself. The person standing in front of you is a senior. After the great elder of the prophecy pavilion finished speaking, he glared at him fiercely. No, I'm not. No way. Feeling the pain on his face, Hong Hui finally came back to his senses. It turned out that Xiao Changtian had been pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger. Xiao Changtian was a senior. He was a godlike figure in the eyes of those people. Yet he had thoroughly offended such a person. Hong Hui, you said it yourself. You want to eat all the shit in our latrine. You won't go back on your word, right? Looking at Hong Hui, Xiao Changtian smiled faintly. Because he was afraid that Hong Hui would regret it, Xiao Changtian took out a recording stone and recorded it. Even if he wanted to go back on his word, he would not give him any chance. Me. Hong Hui's swollen face turned even redder. Physician Hong Hui, a promise is a promise. The prophecy pavilion's first elder, who was watching from the side, did not mind the commotion. After all, there was no need for the secret pavilion to curry favor with a high-ranked physician. Therefore, the great elder of the pavilion of heavenly secrets was not afraid of Hong Hui. Hurry up, I'll bring you there. Under the gaze of Xiao Changtian and the great elder of the pavilion of heavenly secrets, Hong Hui slowly followed. Let's begin. Looking at the manure pit in front of him, Xiao Changtian smiled viciously. Fortunately, the manure pit had not been picked for a long time. Otherwise, Hong Hui would have succeeded. As for Hong Hui, he looked at the dirty manure pit in front of him and his face turned red. Hurry up and start. Don't waste Senior's time. Hong Hui's body trembled at the great elder's roar. He had heard of Xiao Changshan's strength before. He didn't believe it at all, but when he thought of Xiao Changshan's heaven-defying medical skills, he felt that he had to be careful. Hong Hui felt that what they said was true. If he dared to defy Xiao Changtian this time, what would happen to him? This time, the monsters admit that they are unlucky. Then, Hong Hui stepped into the manure pit. At this moment, many people appeared outside Xiao Changshan's courtyard. This was because they could not wait any longer. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1063. It's the Red Hui 1. Stop. Look, that's a new world. Is that Dr. Hong? These people happen to see the situation inside from outside the fence. No, I'm not. That's impossible, right? It looks like a manure pit in front of us. Why would Dr. Hong go in there? That's right. Dr. Hong couldn't have gone anywhere. Because of the distance, these people were very curious. F***ck. I ate shit. Just as everyone was focused on Hong Hui finally gritted his teeth and grabbed a mouthful of feces. He couldn't stand it anymore. This was too disgusting. That's right. This person actually had such a special hobby. Because Hong Hui's face was not exposed, these people thought that he was a pervert. F***ck. Finally, just as everyone was feeling extremely disgusted, Hong Hui's face finally revealed itself. How could this be? That's really Dr. Hong. Before Hong Hui's face turned around, these people could still barely deceive themselves. But now Hong Hui's face was clearly there. Everyone present was silent. I really didn't expect that Dr. Hong. He actually has such a hobby. In the end, someone said this silently. Haha, aren't you just eating shit? What's there to be surprised about? Then, the loyal defenders of the red guns smiled at everyone. That's right, it's just eating shit. Your reaction is too big. At this moment, Xiao Changtian, who was standing at the side, nodded in satisfaction. All right, Dr. Hong, come up. She would only make things difficult for him so that he would have no face to go out and see others in the future. Moreover, Hong Hui had eaten a few big mouthfuls just now. However, Hong Hui, who was standing in the manure pit, was extremely excited. Who would have thought that Hong Hui would break through after eating a few mouthfuls of shit? Moreover, the increase in strength this time was not just a little. This was enough to raise his realm to the sage sect. He was originally a high-level physician, and now he even possessed the strength of a glory sect. Senior. Thank you, Senior. After coming out, Hong Hui didn't blame Xiao Changtian. Instead, he walked over excitedly. If you come out, get lost quickly. Don't let me see you again. Xiao Changtian looked at Hong Hui with disdain. This person was really an idiot. He actually dared to walk towards him with his body covered in feces. After Hong Hui heard Xiao Changshan's words, he left happily. This scene completely dumbfounded the people outside. What was going on? This was simply too crazy. Dr. Hong. Why are you? When Hong Hui came out of the courtyard, these people immediately went up to him. You people, go back to where you came from. Don't disturb Senior here. Red Hun, who was covered in feces, glared at them fiercely and ran away happily. Dr. Hong, this must be crazy. I knew that disturbing Senior would end up like this. Just now, Hong Hui had given everyone a fright. Therefore, when these people looked at Xiao Changshan's courtyard, they all felt fear. Then these people dispersed. First Elder, may I know why you're looking for me now? Xiao Changtian looked at the Great Elder in confusion. Sigh, I wonder what you think of this matter? Tianji Pavilion knew that Xiao Changtian must have known about the devil race. After all, Senior was so powerful. It was impossible for him not to know. What are you talking about? Looking at the Great Elder's distressed face, Xiao Changtian remembered the people he had asked him to help chase away. Great Elder, don't worry about this matter. I'll settle it myself. Xiao Changtian could guess what was going on when he saw the Great Elder's expression. The Great Elder must have wanted to use his prestige to find help from the Prophecy Pavilion, but he failed in the end. Now, she was looking for him with such guilt. Then he would definitely not blame him anymore. Senior, have you decided? The Great Elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets had a clear expression on his face. He knew that Senior must have known about this long ago. Xiao Changtian looked at the Elder and nodded. He should think of a way to deal with those people himself. I want trouble, the Great Elder. Senior, in that case, I'll go back first. Then, the Great Elder of the Pavilion of Heavenly Secrets returned to report the good news. At that time, Baga had been waiting for a long time in the glorious Star Tower, but Xiao Changtian had not appeared. It seems that Xiao Changtian doesn't come here often. However, I have inquired about his residence. He had already thought of his next plan. Baka arrived as soon as Hong Hui and the others left. Going in rashly will definitely arouse suspicion. However, I'm not that stupid. Baka punched himself twice in the distance. Then he scratched his face. After a while, Baga dressed herself up as if she had been hurt. Since it has become like this, it will definitely succeed. After saying that, Baga limped towards Xiao Changshan's courtyard. Is anyone there? Just as Xiao Changtian lay down on the recliner, a voice came from outside the door. Hiss, what's going on today? Are you done? Xiao Changtian frowned when he heard that. Cough, cough, expert, are you an expert? Seeing that Xiao Changtian didn't move, Baga continued to shout. Who is it? Xiao Changtian finally stood up helplessly. Yo, Grandpa, why did you end up like this? Originally, Xiao Changtian thought that there was another person who wanted to cause trouble. He did not expect such an old man to come. Uncle? When he heard these two words, Baga staggered. After all, he was still in his prime. Why was he called an old uncle? Haha, young man, it's really not that I wanted to disturb you on purpose. It's just that I've been walking in this mountain for so long, and you're the only one I've found. Baga looked at Xiao Changtian and said, with his acting skills, it would be a pity if he didn't become an actor. Uncle, what are you doing in the mountains alone? Xiao Changtian listened to the old man's tragic experience. Although he sympathized with him, he felt that something was wrong. Sai, you don't know, but my grandson is sick and wants a medicinal herb. He said that it can only be found in this desolate forbidden area. Hearing this, Xiao Changtian felt even more pitiful for this old man. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1064, Traitorous Disciple, 1. Uncle, why don't you come in and sit first? Looking at the pitiful Baga, he sighed and shook his head. Uncle, may I know your name? Where's home? When Baga heard this, the alarm bells in his heart instantly went off. What did Xiao Changtian mean by asking this? Could it be that he had discovered his identity? However, he had never heard of Xiao Changtian in that space. Then he would use his real name to test him. Baka! What is it? What did you just say? Xiao Changtian seemed to have heard the old man scolding him. Good fellow, if you don't want to say your name, then don't say it. Why are you scolding me? Uncle, I really want to help you. How can you scold me? Aha, little brother, you might not know my name is Baga. Looking at Xiao Changshan's reaction, Baga was sure that Xiao Changtian didn't know him. What? I'm sorry, old man. Your name is really unique. Oh, right, why don't you give me some herbs to treat your injuries? Looking at the wounds on Baga's body, Xiao Changtian couldn't bear to look at it. Thank you so much, little brother. Then, Xiao Changtian took out a few herbs. Pa! Xiao Changtian saw that there was nothing around to grind the herbs, so he threw it on the ground. Then he stomped his foot twice. After that, Xiao Changtian picked up the pile of herbs. Bah! Xiao Changtian spat on it and rubbed it in his hand. Uncle, quickly show your wound, I'll treat it for you. Baga looked at Xiao Changtian, who was holding a bunch of herbs in his hand. The corners of his mouth twitched. What was this guy doing? Was he going to put something like this on his wound? Would this really not make his wound worse? Uncle? Uncle? What are you daydreaming about? Xiao Changtian felt helpless when he saw Baga's shocked face. Uncle, these medicinal herbs are all very powerful medicinal herbs. You don't underestimate them and you are all. Hearing Xiao Changshan's voice, Baga slowly came back to his senses. If you can't even endure this little disgusting thing, then how can you continue to pretend to be beside Xiao Changtian? In the end, Baga gritted his teeth and revealed the few wounds on his body. He was already prepared to feel the pain all over his body. Pa! Xiao Changtian divided the pile of herbs into several pieces and stuck them on his body. Why did it feel different from what he had imagined? However, just when Baga thought that it would be corroded by the medicinal herb, the pain he had imagined did not come at all. Instead, a cool feeling instantly spread throughout his entire body. Hiss, how could this be? Just as Baga was enjoying himself, he suddenly felt the Ling power in his body soar. Not good. I'm about to break through. Baga opened his eyes and ran out. Hey. There was no need for such an intense reaction. My herbs are all gentle and not stimulating. How did it become like this? Xiao Changtian was a little confused as he watched Baga run away. Looks like I'll have to improve my herbs in the future. At this moment, Baga, who had run out, was very shocked. This was because he could feel that his cultivation had increased by more than one level. One had to know that it would take at least 100 years to raise one's cultivation level in that place. Moreover, the spiritual energy in the lower realm was more than 100 times thinner than the spiritual energy in their space. However, under such circumstances, his cultivation level had jumped by 2 levels because of Xiao Changshan's herb. This was too terrifying. Even Baka's master didn't have such an ability. No one would believe this if they told others. Looks like I have to stay by his side from now on. Judging from the fact that his cultivation had jumped 2 levels, Xiao Changshan's strength was not ordinary. He originally thought that the matter the Devil's Seal said was nonsense. He did not expect that it was actually true. On the other side, Hong Hui happily returned home and took a shower. His cultivation had improved so much all of a sudden. No one could sleep because of the excitement. Cough cough, Hong Hui, you're back? Just as Hong Hui finished his shower, a thick figure came from the door. Master! How come back? When he saw the figure standing at the door, a surprised expression appeared on Hong Hui's face. This was because his master traveled all over the continent all year round. Usually he could not be found at all. And now, it had actually appeared at his door. Humph! Can I come back? His master glared at him fiercely and walked in. In fact, he did not intend to see his disciple this time. However, when he was drinking in the restaurant, he heard the huge news of Hong Hui eating shit. Where would his face as a master go? Therefore, Hong Hui's master came to find him without thinking. Explain. What was going on? The master of the Red Hunting Association, who was sitting in the room, looked at him coldly. He wanted to see if his disciple's fetish was real. Master, you already know. Hong Hui looked at his master excitedly. No wonder master came to find him. It turned out that he saw the improvement in his strength. I don't regret this at all. To be able to obtain such a gift, my entire life was worth it. Now, not only did he have medical skills, but he also had strength. He was now a winner in life. You unfilial disciple. Initially, Hong Hui's disciple thought that the rumor was false, but he did not expect his disciple to admit it just like that. Moreover, he looked like he was enjoying it. The moment he thought of that scene, the master of the red gun felt a chill run down his spine. No, master, what do you mean? Haven't I done enough? Hong Hui looked at his master in confusion. He did not know what was going on with his master. Well done. Well done. Now everyone knew. My disciple likes to eat shit. Tell me, did you do a good job in this matter? Elder Shi couldn't help but feel angry when he saw Hong Hui's innocent and matter-of-fact look. Master, the matter that you're talking about is really not what you think on the surface. He originally thought that his master knew about his strength. He did not expect it to be because of this matter. Then explain it to me. What the hell is going on? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1065. His grandson is dead. 1. Now that the entire Jade Nether Kingdom knew about this, where would he put his face? Master, don't pay attention to this. If you don't believe me, take a look at my cultivation. After saying that, Hong Hui released his pressure with a bang. Bang! The moment Elder Shi felt this pressure, his expression instantly changed. Then, his eyes widened as he retreated in disbelief. In the end, he sat down on the ground. Your strength, how could he possibly have such strength? Elder Shi was so shocked that he couldn't even speak after sensing Hong Hui Divine Emperor's strength. How is that possible? Could it be that it was all because of this matter? Ah, master, don't tell me you really think I have such a perverted hobby. After seeing Elder Shi's shock, Hong Hu's face was filled with pride. One had to know that there weren't many Saint Emperors on the entire continent. Even his own master was only a sage sect. As for himself, he had already reached the Saint Emperor realm. How did he do it? Elder Shi calmed down and asked Hong Hui. One had to know that for physicians, cultivation was their Achilles heel. Although their medical skills were very high, in exchange, their cultivation was low. After all, he could not have both. But now, his disciple had actually done it to this extent. This was really beyond his expectations. Master, you might not know this, but the reason why I've reached such strength is because of Senior's feces. Thinking of Xiao Changshan's manure pit, Hong Hui felt disgusted. Instead, he felt very relaxed and happy. He could not help but want to go in again. Disciple, you can't joke with Master like this. Elder Shi was extremely shocked after hearing this. Whose feces could be so powerful? Wasn't this nonsense? Master, can't my strength prove anything? Hong Hui knew that his master didn't believe him. Master, I know you won't believe me no matter how good I say it. Why don't you follow me to take a look? Perhaps he could only believe it if his younger brother and master saw it in person. All right, then I'd like to see if what you said is false. However, Master, Senior is really too powerful. Moreover, if he finds out that we've barged into his courtyard, he definitely won't be willing. Therefore, we have to secretly go. When Hong Hui thought of Xiao Changtun, he felt terrified. Just a pool of feces was already so powerful, let alone Xiao Changshan's strength. Whatever you say. On the other side, Baga returned to the courtyard after tidying up. Uncle, what happened to you just now? Xiao Changtian asked curiously when he saw Baga return. Hi. I suddenly had a stomachache and couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold it in anymore. Ha. Looking at Xiao Changtian, Baga felt a little guilty. Just the herb that Xiao Changtian spat out was already so powerful. There was no need to talk about Xiao Changshan's strength. I was wondering what happened. But do you feel that your wound is better? Since he had gone to take a dump, it would be bad if the medicinal herbs on the wound were rubbed off. All right. Thank you, sir. At this moment, Baga didn't dare to go against Xiao Changtian. Uncle, why don't you tell me what medicinal herbs you want and I'll see if I have them here. After all, this old man looked so pitiful. If his grandson died, sir, to be honest, I just found out that my grandson died half a month ago. In order to stay by Xiao Changshan's side, Baga had prepared a good reason. Dead? Sigh, uncle, don't be sad. This matter is up to the heavens. Looking at this poor old man, Xiao Chang'an shook his head helplessly. Oh right, uncle, in that case, you can rest here. It just so happened that this old man could relax here. After all, no one would feel good if their grandson died. Sigh, then I really have to thank you, sir. Sir, you're really a good person. Seeing that his goal had been achieved, a smile appeared on Baga's face. After Liao Baga moved into his room, he started to wander around the courtyard. I didn't expect that Xiao Changshan's place would be so simple. Even Master can't compare to such a state of mind. As Baga was walking, he suddenly saw a huge old turtle lying on the side of the road. Old bastard, why are you here? Go back quickly. Don't die. Looking at the black tortoise crawling slowly on the ground, Baga wanted to tease it. However, Black Tortoise ignored him. After all, Black Tortoise knew that this person was Xiao Changshan's guest. Hey, bastard, since you don't understand human language, then I'll help you. Looking at the turtle on the ground, Baga stretched out his hand with a mischievous look. Ah! Just as Baga was about to reach out, the black tortoise suddenly released its entire bodice pressure. You're Senior Black Tortoise. One had to know that the black tortoise was a legendary thing. Not only in this place, but in the space of the upper realm, they were also very afraid of the black tortoise. Baga didn't expect this bastard to be a black tortoise. Senior Black Tortoise, I was wrong, I was really wrong. Baga quickly knelt down. The black tortoise did not want to pay attention to him. It glared at him fiercely and left. Damn it, how can the things in Xiao Changshan's courtyard be ordinary? Thinking of the scene just now, Baga felt a little scared. Baga immediately went back into the house, not daring to come out again. At that moment, within the demon race, Mo Yen, don't worry this time. As long as Baga takes action, not to mention Xiao Changtian, even many people in that space are not his match. Mo Jin had 100% confidence in the 8th this time. Aya, senior brother, what are you talking about? As long as it's the person you're looking for, well, definitely be at ease. We're all prepared to win. Last time, Shixiang must have made a mistake because he didn't recognize Xiao Changtian. This time, they had explained Xiao Changshan's situation to Baga in advance. Moreover, with Baga's intelligence, Xiao Changtian would be captured in a few days. On the other side, after Hong Hui went to the small courtyard and exposed his habit of eating feces, he was shocked. The number of people in the Glorious Star restaurant had decreased a lot these few days. Therefore, Xiao Changtian walked towards the Glorious Star restaurant. Meanwhile, Hong Hui and his master also started their secret plan. Master, he'll tell you again. Don't let anyone find out. After Hong Hui reminded them several times, they started to move. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know reports so we can fix it as soon as possible. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.